supplement and advantage plans for a living all year long. Ask him which plan's best for you. His service is free. He works with most insurance companies and is compensated by them. Call 1-800-227-1012. 800-227-1012. Click on jtmedicaresolutions.com.
Back here on the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show on 720 WGN. Blackhawks Flames coming up at the bottom of the hour. At each home game at the United Center this season, we will be, tonight's look at the jerseys is sponsored by Suits 2020. Stop by their men's clothing superstore to check out the selection of suits, tuxes, shirts, ties, shoes, and more. Visit suits2020.com. The Blackhawks are in their home red jerseys and Calgary road whites with the orange Flames logo. So we had this jersey matchup a week and a half ago in Calgary, but now the roles are reversed back here in Chicago. I'm going to bring in Steve Conroy, who is back on the call with us. Steve, welcome back. Good to have you here. It was the Centennial Celebration night on Saturday night for the first chapter of the Originals, and this house was packed for Blackhawks Maple Leafs, and so it was a really good crowd, and hopefully the same will be for tonight too.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed it, but I was at the New Jersey game, the game prior, and I was really surprised because that was the late start, right? It was almost 9 o'clock. I think the game started, and there was like 18,000 people here. So, you know what? That's the one thing about Chicago fans. They like winners, and right now the Chicago Blackhawks are playing winning hockey.
They are playing winning hockey. They're 4-0-1 in their last 5 games. Feels like I keep waiting for water to find its level, and then the Hawks keep rolling along here, even though they're dealing with injuries like Tyler Bertuzzi, and now Nick Foligno is out, and all these different injuries, and the Hawks keep chugging along. How big of a learning lesson is that for a young group to find ways to win, even when you don't have a full lineup?
Well, it's huge because, I think a lot of these guys, and you mentioned how young the team is, they're kind of learning on the job, and there's not a ton of time to practice in the NHL, and a lot of times you're learning through, game situations, and that's what these guys are doing, and I'm amazed at how quickly they're picking it up. They've done a really good job of, kind of learning on the fly. So, I looked at the team at the beginning of the year. I wasn't sure that they'd make a playoff spot. Right now, they're in the playoffs. I know we're early, but we're really close to American Thanksgiving.
That's the barometer.
That is the barometer. What do they say? Like 70% or 75% of the time if you're in a playoff spot?
Yeah.
So what has me really intrigued, though, is their goal differential. And if you look at their goal differential, it's one of the best in the NHL.
Yeah.
Not just second best in the Western Conference, third best in the entire NHL. So, and I'm talking about all the goals they've scored minus all the goals they've given up. And, they're at a plus 12 now. So
it's really unbelievable to watch. And a lot of the metrics have them like power play, penalty kill, goaltending, shooting percentage. That's all, high up there for the Blackhawks. Let's talk about Connor Bedard. The last time these two teams met, it was a 4-0 victory in Calgary. Spencer Knight picked up his shutout. Arvid Soderblom is going to get tonight's start. But that was the game Bedard had 4 points, a goal, and 3 primary assists. And we were just watching pregame warmups, and Connor Bedard had the A on his sweater because there's no Nick Foligno. So this is the first time in a regular season game that Bedard has the A on his sweater. I know in San Jose, Macklin Celebrini has an A as well, but it's one step closer to this being, hey, this is your locker room now, and the young guys as a whole.
Well, I think it's going to mean a lot to him. And it's an A, and he's not the captain yet, but he is a leader on this team, and he leads by example. But the fact that he's got an A on that jersey, I don't know if he spent a little extra time out there. He was really kibitzing with the crowd in behind the net, and it was fantastic to see. I mean, obviously he's a fan favorite. He's a young kid. He's got the rest of his career ahead of him. But he just seems like and you know him a little better than me, he just seems like a really down-to-earth guy. And he gets it. And it's hard for 19-year-old, 20-year-old kids to get it, but he certainly does. And, it's great to see. And I'll go back to what I said about, wearing a letter. I did at times in my career, never with the Blackhawks, but you feel a little more important, and I think that'll show up in his play too.
I can't imagine his emotions when you get to the locker room and you see that A on your sweater at 20 years of age. I mean, that still has to mean something. He does just look more relaxed this year than he did the first 2 years, where he put a lot of pressure on himself to perform right away. And now we're seeing the kind of Connor Bedard that we've expected to see at some point. And it just seems like he feels ready to wear a letter on his jersey because he's grown into that role naturally.
Yeah, I think you're right, Charlie. I think last year, at times, not the whole year, but at times he was frustrated, and the frustration came out. It came out on the ice, and we saw him a couple times take 10-minute misconduct penalties for, kind of chirping at the refs, and we saw him, busting or trying to bust his stick on the bench. He has grown as a person. He's grown as a player, and I think the biggest thing he's done is, he looked at last year and he said, listen, I had a bad year. That's on me. He didn't go to the World Championships. He started working out right away. I think he's gotten faster. He's certainly gotten stronger. He looks a little bigger also. And the compete level is just, and it's not just here and there. Every single shift he's out there, he's got that will to win, whether it's a battle in the corner, whether it's a face-off, whether it's a one-on-one with a goaltender. He just has that will to not be bested by anybody else, and that's a great pedigree to have.
All right, have a great call with John.
Thanks, Charlie.
All right, that is Steve Conroy. Blackhawks Flames coming up. The last time these two teams met, things got a little chippy, so we'll see if there's any carryover here tonight at the United Center. That's going to do it for the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show. John and Steve have the call coming up next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
The NHL is officially back, and right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Put your first bet in the back of the net on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, this is Dave Musil, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. And I want to guarantee you a breakdown-free winter. Did you know that a dirty furnace costs more to operate and can lead to higher utility bills and untimely breakdowns? Now is the time to schedule your Four Seasons furnace tune-up and save $50. A Four Seasons furnace tune-up includes a 35-point inspection, complete cleaning, and we calibrate every component of your furnace. So call today.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
MegaPros has been around a long time, and here's why. This is a review from Laura. Quote, I heard MegaPros on WGN for years. When we decided to do a big kitchen project, that's who we called, and we're glad we did. We shipped a huge custom kitchen from a home in Georgia, and the MegaPros made the kitchen work perfectly in our Harvard, Illinois home. Their work was meticulous, so detailed-oriented. Everything was amazing. Everything you hear about MegaPros on those commercials is a real-life experience. Highly recommended, end quote. You see, MegaPros isn't just another contractor. They're the team that shows up on time. They do exceptional work, and they treat your home as if it were their own. Whether it's a kitchen remodel, a bathroom update, a basement renovation, or general repairs, they deliver 100% customer satisfaction. Give them a call today. 847-658-8989. 847-658-8989 or visit megapros.com. One mega call truly does it all.
Hi, I'm Tim Stearns from TJ Stearns. I find that people are generally unaware of certain factors that can significantly impact your path to retirement. Factors like healthcare, taxes, income, and legacy planning. As you approach retirement, if these elements are not addressed, it can have devastating effects. I call it the retirement riddle, and I love solving it. Call me. Let's discuss a Protecting Bro blueprint. 1-800-640-2256. My only minimum is that you're a nice person. 1-800-640-2256 or visit tjstearns.com.
For more than 90 years, the International Union of Operating Engineers Local 150 has worked hard to provide a better life and safer workplaces for the men and women who work in the construction industry across the Midwest. Our 23,000 members operate heavy construction equipment, and Local 150 takes pride in providing world-class skill training to support a professional construction workforce. Learn more about how to join Local 150 at local150.org. And never forget, united we stand, divided we fall.
Before and after every Bears game, tune into Happen OB right here on 720 WGN.
It's go time.
Sponsored by your local Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, official truck partner of the Chicago Bears.
100 years.
This is just fantastic.
One city.
Chicago.
One team.
When the
Go Blackhawks! The kids.
Mazar in a breakaway down the slot. Shoots, he scores! With a shot, score! Where he scores!
They can play an original six tradition that rattles the rafters with Chicago pride.
Where you from? Chicago. Chicago.
From the anthem to the final horn. It's time for Chicago Blackhawks hockey. With the call of the game, here's John Weideman and Steve Conroy.
The Chicago Blackhawks return to United Center Ice tonight to host a team they dominated on a recent 6-game road trip. The Calgary Flames have struggled nearly all season long, especially on the road, while the Hawks' current winning way began in southern Alberta in a 4-0 dousing of the Flames. The Flames well remember that humiliating defeat, so despite a bad road record, tonight's battle is going to be anything but easy for the Blackhawks, so buckle up, boys. Hi again, everyone. John Weideman along with Steve Conroy and Charlie Romeliotis. Want to welcome you into our broadcast. We're here at the United Center, where tonight the Blackhawks will look to make it 5-0-1 in their last 6 games, because coming into this one 4-0-1. And Steve, that's 9 out of a possible 10 points. They've been doing things right. They lost their captain. Connor Bedard, as Charlie just told you a little while ago, will wear an A on his sweater. And you would think that when you beat an opponent the way the Blackhawks did in Calgary, you're not going to change anything. But you know as well as anybody that's ever played in the National Hockey League, sometimes you just can't use that same recipe.
Yeah, you got to play the game that's in front of you. And, sometimes it changes. We might have one penalty on each team and only one power play for each of those squads. And you might have a really physical contest, and you got to bring the physicality. So, the Blackhawks are ready, and they can win it any way you want. You want to play rock'em sock'em robots, they can do that, but they've been winning with a lot of skill lately, and obviously their speed, I think, amongst the fastest teams in the entire NHL.
Steve, I'm going to go out on a limb a little bit and say that the 11-7 configuration that we'll see for the Blackhawks tonight should be accentuated with a hard back-checking effort, and it's for this reason. Calgary is the lowest scoring team in the National Hockey League on average, 2.10 goals per game. They've struggled to put the puck in the net, and I think if you emphasize the back-checking, that's going to create so many opportunities offensively.
Well, I think you've got to respect Calgary, too, because if you look at their metrics, believe it or not, their high-danger chances, the percentage of high-danger chances for and against, they're amongst the highest percentage in the entire NHL. So they get their looks. Unfortunately, they just got a bunch of guys who have come up dry. They are just not scoring very much. You mentioned the lowest scoring team in the entire NHL. I believe they have one of the worst power plays in the entire NHL.
They do.
But you can't take that for granted. I mean, you've got to go out there, and as mentioned earlier, you play the game that's in front of you. So I think the Blackhawks, they're ready for this. They realize, and Jeff Blash will be the first to tell you, guys, we might have embarrassed these guys 11 days ago in Calgary. Expect their best tonight.
Absolutely. Well, who's going to deliver tonight is sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning. Electric heat pumps for a better environment inside and out. Visit getacomfyhome.com. This is an easy one for me. He's wearing a letter on his sweater for the first time in his career. He had a goal and 3 assists for 4 points in Calgary. Last time we were there to help the Hawks to that 4-0 win. Connor Bedard is my guy. Keys for tonight's game, sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer. Steve, what do you have?
Well, John, first off, win the special teams. Calgary just 1 power play goal in their last 8 games. In fact, they're just 1 for 20. And Chicago, their penalty killing's been perfect the last 5 games. Their power play's been near perfect, 6 of 12. So you win these special teams, you're going to win a hockey game. Secondly, keep an eye on Coronado. Talking about Matt Coronado.
Yeah.
30 shots now in his last 5 games. And, John, you just mentioned this to me before we went on air. He had 11 shots 11 days ago in Calgary against these Blackhawks. So don't let Coronado be the spark that gets Calgary going. And then finally, Bedard starts another streak. His 9-game point streak came to an end last game against the Toronto Maple Leafs. 9 games, he had 19 points, which isn't bad. His new streak starts tonight.
All right, I like it. One more for you, Steve. Who are you banking on? Sponsored by Marquette Bank. Love where you bank, celebrating 80 years of neighborhood banking.
John, it's Tavo time, and I'm talking about Tavo Teravainen. He has 17 points in 19 career games against Calgary. I think he's going to put up a good one tonight.
All right, I think that's a solid pick. Well, the stage has been set. The teams have lined up on their respective blue lines, and right now we'll send it down to ice level as tonight's presentation of both national anthems is proudly sponsored by Fidelity Plumbing, LLC, a proud partner of Plumbers 911 for the anthems. As we always do, we hand it downstairs to the man on the red carpet that extends out from the penalty bench, Mr. Jim Cornelison, along with some very special guests from our military. And on Military Appreciation Night, this should be a wonderful anthem. Hawks fans, please enjoy both anthems.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming. Let the rockets ring the bombs bursting in air, sing through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us as star-spangled banner yet wave. For the land of free and the home of
I tell you, that never gets old. Both Old Canada and the Star-Spangled Banner exquisitely performed tonight by the great Jim Cornelison. Let's get to the starting lineups. In goal for the Calgary Flames is going to be Dustin Wolf in his career against the Blackhawks, 3-1-0. At defense for the Flames, Jan Kuznetsov and Mackenzie Weegar. Up front from left to right, Jonathan Huberdeau starts at left wing, centering the Flames' opening line, Morgan Frost, and starting at the right wing is Matt Coronado. Starting in goal for the Hawks, Arvid Soderblom, 0-1-0 against the Calgary Flames in his career. And at defense, Wyatt Kaiser and Artyom Levshunov. Up front from left to right, Ryan Green starts at left wing. Centering the Hawks' opening line, their new alternate captain, Connor Bedard. Starting at the right wing, Andre Burakovsky. Referees this evening are Bo Halkitis and Kelly Sutherland. Handling the lines are James Tobias and Sean Oliver. Second meeting of three this season between the Hawks and Calgary set to begin. Down to center ice we go. Frost against Bedard to get it started. A wave to both goaltenders by the referee. Now we're ready. The drop of the puck, and we're underway. And the Hawks control. Burakovsky enters the Flame zone. High slot. Drops the puck off. Coronado doubling back, took it away, however. And now he'll drop the puck in front of his net. Jan Kuznetsov passing up the right side. Coronado through center ice. In over the Hawk blue line to the high slot. Stopping there. Hands it back to Uyghur right point. Long shot. Turned out of there. Looked like it hit Kaiser in front. Frost got the puck back along the left boards. Tried to center. Picked off by Connor Bedard. He'll wave it through the air and down. This is going to be icing to the Hawks. Hawks were in the midst of trying to get a line change, but that flipped down ice over the puck by Bedard negated all of that, so faceoff comes back into the Hawk end.
Yeah, tough first shot for Arvid Soderblom. Good to see him back between the pipes the last time we saw Arvid. He had the win in Detroit, but Coronado made the blue line, and everyone thinks he's going to shoot. Of course, he gave it back to the defense, and Uyghur with a testy little shot on Soderblom.
Now Bedard reaching in against Nazem Kadri, beats him on the draw. Spins the puck in front of the Hawk net to Burakovsky. Then a pass up the right wing to Levshunov at center ice. He swept it across the rink to Ryan Green, who deflects the puck into the Calgary zone. Rasmus Anderson with a pass ahead. Nazem Kadri into the Hawk zone right point. Drops it back over the blue line to center ice unintentionally. Kevin Ball there. Turned it over. Oliver Moore of the Hawks into the Flame zone. Down the left wing. Fires. That's over the net and around the glass. And now Frank Nazar took it away front of the benches. To Teravainen center ice to Alex Vlasic in over the Flame line. Down the left wing side where he floats a shot in on goal. Blockered away by Wolf. In the left wing corner, Vlasic again. Tried to hand the puck through to Nazar standing by, but Nazem Kadri took it away for Calgary. Over to Kevin Ball along the left wing boards in the Calgary zone. Then he hands it out to Kadri at center ice. And he'll sling it down in behind the Hawk net. Soderblom stopping it there for Vlasic, who then lost the puck. Blake Coleman of the Flames in the right wing corner. Tried to center the puck. It deflects in behind the net. And then Vlasic waves it up the right wing side off the stick of Ilya Mikheyev. And that's on to the stick of Jake Bean, who shot it deeper into the Hawk end. Along the right wing boards. Braden Pahal, right point, firing a shot. This deflects up into the air and into the protected netting behind the Hawk net.
A couple of turnovers by the Blackhawks defenseman. Vlasic, not only in the offensive zone, but back in his own zone. And then it was Sam Rinzel, kind of fanned on a clearing opportunity. Of course, Sam Rinzel, a healthy scratch last game. And as Charlie Rinaldi just mentioned in the pregame show, a reset for him. And you look at what Levshunov did after his healthy scratch just 2 or 3 games into the year. He's responded in a real positive way.
Pahal off the draw, right point fires a shot. Colton Dock blocks it with his stick, and his stick breaks in the process. Hawks get possession of the puck. Donato flings it over to Rinzel, Hawk line. He shot the puck ahead for Mikheyev at the Flame line, but the puck deflects into the Calgary zone, and Michael Backlund, their team captain, who missed the morning skate, he'll carry the puck out to center ice and dump it off the left side glass in behind the Hawk net. Connor Murphy stabs it around to the near corner. Blake Coleman had it for the Flames, but coughed it up. Murphy's now got it between the circles. And he'll skate with the puck to center ice. Floats it into the Flame zone. Sam Lafferty on the fly into the Flame and was beaten to the puck, though, and Kuznetsov for the Flames. Passing out to center ice to one of the biggest men in hockey, Adam Klapka, Flame right winger, who dumps the puck down into the Hawk zone and then finishes Louis Crevier with a check. Crevier went down. That's 2 big men colliding in that far corner. And the puck ends up at center ice. Klapka's got it. Back into the Hawk zone. Hands it off to Ryan Lomberg down the right wing. He sends a backhander on goal. Pad save made by Arvid Soderblom. The Flames look like they've come hard early here, ready to work. Landon Slaggert at center ice in front of the benches. Moves the puck down the right wing boards into the corner Flame zone, but the Flames take it back, and the Hawks will now go for a line change.
Good back check by Slaggert there. Sam Morton, first game this year for the Calgary Flames, was heading hard to the net, looking for a rebound, and Slaggert made sure he didn't get to it.
Now Coronado deflects the puck off the M-boards Hawk zone. Jonathan Huber, though, there, tried to put it in front. Picked off by Artem Levshunov. Moves it around at the right wing side. Burakovsky to Vlasic at center ice. To Green over the Calgary line to Bedard. He fires. Pad save made by Wolf. Rebound ricochets to the left point to Burakovsky. Now to Bedard, right circle. Sends it in front for Vlasic. His stick was tied up. And Mackenzie Uyghur escapes with the puck for Calgary. To Jonathan Huberdeau, Flame line on the left wing. He shot it across the ice. Morgan Frost has the puck now in the Hawk zone along the right side boards. Bothered by Vlasic and lost the puck out to center ice. Connor Zary there. He'll hand it off to Jake Bean into the Hawk zone to the right wing corner. He'll flip the puck in behind the net for Blake Coleman from Plano, Texas. He digs the puck out and then lost it to some diligent work by Connor Bedard. Bedard in the near corner Hawk zone waves the puck across the rink. Levshinoff will hand it ahead. Oliver Moore through center ice to the Flame blue line, where he flips the puck down behind the net. Hall moves it away to the far side boards. Connor Zary there for Calgary. Head to Backlund at center ice to the Hawk blue line. Sam Renzel stepping up with a poke check, knocked it away, and now we get a whistle for an offside against the Flames at the Hawk blue line. So no score, 15:44 left in period one.
Well, tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Flight by Yuengling. Crisp, refreshing, only 95 calories. Flight, the next generation of light beer. You see Oliver Moore out there. His first shift out there, he had an interception. He intercepted a pass by Calgary. I think he's going to surprise a lot of teams the first time they see him because he has lightning speed out there, and I think they underestimate him.
I was talking to him this morning, Steve, after the skate, and I just mentioned to him that it's my observation, but he appears to be one of those players as the puck deflects up into the benches area, but he seems like one of those players that has that separation speed, that if you're in a flat-footed race with him, you better find a way to get a couple yards ahead of him because he's going to turn on the afterburner.
You know, that's a great observation, especially his first couple of strides. I mean, some guys get going fast, but it takes them 4, 5, 6 strides. His second stride, he's almost going full speed. So, yeah, out of the starting blocks, he is really, really quick.
I think in his career, Steve, as his time goes on in his career, I think he could develop into a tremendous back-checking forward. We'll have to see. Time will tell. Puck shot down ice by Rasmus Anderson to the Hawk zone. Soderblom plays it to the near corner. Matt Grisick will move it up the left wing side. Here's Moore with it, center ice. Crossing the Flame line, runs into Yegor Sharangovich, but is able to disarm him of the puck in the left wing corner. Nazar put it in front. Renzel to Murphy. He fires. It's over the net. Wide open chance for Connor Murphy. Now at the left point, Wyatt Kaiser to the puck. Put it down the boards to Nazar. He flings it across to the right point, but Colton Duck had to back out with the puck to center ice.
What a pass by Frank Nazar. I mean, that was a spinorama backhand pass right onto the stick of Connor Murphy, and fortunately missed the net with a shot.
Ilya Mikheyev digs the puck out to Ryan Donato in the slot. Fans on a shot. The puck is then poke checked to center ice by Anderson, and the Hawks regroup. At the Hawk line, Connor Murphy waves the puck ahead. It's flipped into the Flame zone by Donato, down behind the net. Uyghur takes a bump, but moves the puck out up the near side to center ice. Vlasic is run into there by Morton, the new kid, and Morton's got the puck over the Hawk line to the right circle, pulls up and fires. And that goes just wide of the net. Rims around to the far side. Mikheyev took it Hawk line to Landon Slaggert, breaking into the Flame zone, 2-on-1 with Donato. And Slaggert tried to get him the puck, but the pass was blocked.
And Mackenzie Uyghur with a great 2-on-1 play. Take away the pass, and that's exactly what he did.
Sam Morton bumped off the puck at center ice by the Hawks' Ilya Mikheyev. Hawks in the midst of a line change. As Louis Crevier flips the puck down into the Flame zone. Here's Pahal along the near boards, taking a bump from Slaggert, but then he ices the puck unintentionally. And the whistle blows. We'll get a face-off down in the Calgary zone. This will be in the circle to Dustin Wolf's right.
Yeah, I know what Landon Slaggert's thinking there. It's a 2-on-1. You try and feed the guy who's heading to the net, but when you see the defenseman positioned perfectly, taking away that pass, you got to shoot the puck. And if there's a rebound, maybe the guy you're trying to pass it to ends up getting the rebound. So, I don't know, Coach Dave King. Remember Dave King?
I do remember Dave King.
He said, make the shot the pass, and that's exactly what would have happened.
He was a brilliant hockey man. Boy, did he have some systems and design. Here's Levshinoff weaving into the left circle Calgary zone and firing a shot. Went over the net. And loose puck in the far circle, Calgary zone, picked up by Huberdeau. He'll skate it to center ice. Flips it ahead for Morgan Frost into the Hawk zone, but he's pushed off the puck by Artyom Levshinoff, and the Hawks get it back. Kaiser with a feed ahead up the left wing to Green. Newfoundland native dumps it down in behind the Flame net. Kevin Ball will wind it around at the left wing side. Rink-wide pass by Frost to Huberdeau into the Hawk zone. Huberdeau in the left wing circle. Drops it back to the line. Backman fires from there, and that deflects wide of the Hawk net. Renzel grabs the puck for the Hawks. To Burakovsky, Hawk line to Grisick at center ice. To Renzel over the Flame line. Works his way down the slot. Tried to put the puck through the feet of Connor Zary, but Zary closed his feet, took the puck away, carries to the Hawk blue line, fires a long shot in on goal, and a glove save made by Soderblom. And then we get the arbitrary gathering of hockey players in behind the Hawk net, but no damage done. No score, Hawks and Flames, 12:56 left in period number one. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Finding health insurance can be so confusing. People need help. That's why I work for Get Covered Illinois.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
And we're here to help. With thousands of brokers certified by the state and hundreds of trained insurance guides, what we call navigators, available in communities across Illinois.
all free.
At getcoveredillinois.gov. We're here to help.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or united.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Hellsberg Gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop our Black Friday event for up to 65% off in-store or at hellsberg.com.
Hey, it's Spencer Knight. Catch Lisa Dent weekday afternoons at 2. Now back to the action.
Have you ever wanted to be featured during a Blackhawks game? Well, now's your chance with the BMO Ultimate Fan Sweepstakes. Enter for a chance to win 4 lower-level tickets, an autographed Blackhawks replica Centennial jersey, and the opportunity to compete on the big screen during the game. For a shot at amazing prizes, visit blackhawks.com/promotions to enter today.
Here's a face-off circle to the left of Soderblom. Coronado's going to take it against Ryan Donato. That's a couple of Harvard kids at the dot, but now Coronado's been tossed off the dot. Morgan Frost against Ryan Donato. Like to see Ryan get going here. When he puts one in the net, he seems to get hot. Hopefully that'll start tonight. Slaggert to a loose puck. Will carry over the flame line down the left wing. Toe drag and a shot, and Wolf makes the save with the pads. Lafferty follows up and put it in on goal, and Wolf was down in the butterfly position to make the save.
Like what Landon Slaggert did there. Maybe he was listening to his John on the 2-on-1. Instead of forcing it to Vlasic, he takes it to the hoop himself, and there was a little bit of a rebound. Sam Lafferty tried to get to it, couldn't lift it up over the netminder, but that's the play. Take the shot. The defenseman played it perfectly, taking it away. And Actually, Sam Lafferty got stopped by the sliding defenseman there.
Kuznetsov.
That was Kuznetsov, and he's a big body. So you know what? He maybe covered that in the blue paint. I mean, that could have been a penalty shot.
I thought he did something like that or grabbed hold of Ryan Donato's stick. Either way, they let him play. Inside the flame zone along the right boards at the point, Slaggert did a nice job holding the puck in to Rinzel on the half boards. Spins it down in behind the flame net. Wolf plays it off the glass, drops the puck over to Kevin Ball. He lifts it through the air and down, and we're going to get icing against Calgary. And you know what? Blake Coleman is looking at the linesman in this end of the ice, and I'm in agreement with Blake Coleman. I think this faceoff should come to center ice. But it's coming down into the Calgary zone.
What do you think he'd made the red line when he dumped it in?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I think it's a subjective call with the way the puck was sent out. If it was definitively shot down, and because it looked like Vlasic beat Coleman to the dots, but I think it was just the arc of the send out, if you will.
Right.
Like it looked like it was anybody's puck, but anyway, draw one by the Flames. Ball flings the puck around, kept it at the right point by Sam Rinzel. He'll flip it down in behind the Flame net. Anderson plays it to Ball far corner, then a pass up the left wing for Zeri. He coughed up the puck. Oliver Moore breaks into the Flame zone. Tried to make a pass through the feet of Kevin Ball. Ball turned his skate sideways to block the pass, and now down into the Hawk zone. Backlund in behind the Hawk net, chasing Rinzel to the far corner. Backlund takes the puck and then lost it. Here's Moore between the circles. Tried to clear. That hit a Flame, then Moore got it back. He'll lead the Hawks charge through center. Over the Flame line, stopping right point, leaving it for Nazar to Moore in front. Back to Nazar behind the net to Teravainen in left circle. The high slot for Grizzlick, and he shanks a one-timer. And Blake Coleman picks up the puck, carries to center ice, but back-checking hard was Teravainen to take it away. To Grizzlick to Nazar. Over the Flame line, left point. Runs into a check and goes down. Lost the puck to the corner. Jake Bean there shot it behind the net. Taken away by the Hawks. Levshinoff right point to Grizzlick left point. Long wrist shot. Hit the inboards and ricochets out. Levshinoff at the right point again. Put it down to the right wing corner. Andrei Burakovsky turning on Jake Bean once and then twice. Burakovsky to Bedard right circle. Deflects the puck back. It was intended for Levshinoff, but the puck deflects to the Hawk line. Levshinoff took it there and then gave it up to Nazem Kadri of the Flames. He weaves his way down the left wing side to the corner Hawk zone and then left the puck behind the net, but the Hawks get it back and then give it back. It's sent out to the right point to Uyghur. Uyghur put the puck to the right half boards. Sharon Govich to Joel Farabee in the right wing corner, and then that's taken off his stick by the Hawks. Artyom Levchinov to Grzelcyk, and a pass out to Connor Bedard at center ice. Fights off a couple of checks. Looked like he was held up a little bit. No penalty called. Farabee will now dump the puck back down to the right corner Hawk zone, and the Flames will go for a change.
Well, the Blackhawks doing a pretty good job getting out of their own zone. Yeah, they've had a couple of turnovers, the last one by Levchinov, but all in all, the coverage has been fantastic, and right now just one shot on net by the Calgary Flames, and that came on the first shift.
We're going to get a whistle on a hand pass here. Face-off just outside the Calgary blue line. Ryan Huska, the head coach of the Calgary Flames, is in his third year. He's a former Blackhawk. Steve, his only National Hockey League game was in 1997-98. He was the captain of the Indianapolis Ice at the time, and he was called up by then general manager Bob Murray and played against the Calgary Flames and his old teammate in Kamloops in the Western Hockey League, Jerome McGinley.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Great memories for him.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. He couldn't remember if he did anything in that game, but he said he'll never forget the night. It was like it happened a minute ago. Vlasic fires from the left point. That goes wide. Here's McCabe with the puck back in behind the Flame net. Now to the left wing corner. Working against the youngster Morton. McCabe poking the puck up the boards. Stopping along the half boards. Put it down to Doc. Doc will now move it down to the corner for Donato. Check from behind into the boards by Ball, and the puck is cleared to center ice by Anderson. Klapka, front of the penalty boxes, flips the puck down in on goal. The Hawks in. Soderblom hit his knees to stop it. Here's a pass from Crevier up the left wing to Doc. The Flame blue line. This hit his stick and bounces into the Calgary zone. Bean behind his net. Passing up the right wing, Matt Coronado, who takes a whack from Bedard. Penalty coming up here to the Hawks. Connor Bedard's going off for slashing. The Flames to the power play. 9:18 left in period number one. Hawks and Flames, no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Andy Mazur. We're your home for the Blackhawks, Northwestern football and basketball, the NFL, and Hampton OB. This is AM 720 WGN Chicago.
Visit 4abc.com for details. Don't wait for your furnace to break down. Call the knowledgeable professionals at ABC for your $49 Ultimate Furnace Tune-Up. We'll be there fast and deliver 5-star service, backed by our no breakdown guarantee. Call ABC Plumbing, Sewer, Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or schedule online at 4abc.com. That's the number 4abc.com. Trust ABC Plumbing, Sewer, Heating, Cooling, and Electric and consider it done.
Hearing I had cancer was devastating. Learning vital organs would be temporarily removed to reach it had me speechless. I'm Jessica. When I found out I had a tumor stretching from my heart to my hip, the first thing I thought of was my family. Then my cancer, cardiology, and transplant team at Northwestern Medicine came up with a plan to save my life.
Nationally ranked for cancer by U.S. News and World Report, Northwestern Memorial Hospital was one of the only hospitals in the nation with the collective expertise to perform Jessica's 10-hour surgery. After temporarily removing her liver and kidney to reach the tumor, they replaced the damaged vein and removed the additional cancer that had grown into her heart.
My team stopped at nothing so that I'm able to be here with my family.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Well, the Blackhawks are kicking off the Madhouse chapter on Sunday, November 23rd. Make sure to join us at the United Center as we take on the mighty Colorado Avalanche in a Central Division showdown. And that's not all. The first 8,000 fans will receive an exclusive Dennis Savard bobblehead presented by Ticketmaster. Puck drops at 6 p.m. Secure your spot now at blackhawks.com/tickets.
The Calgary Flame power play gets to work here. They were 1 for 3 up in Winnipeg, but 1 for their last 8. So we'll see which Flame power play appears. Coronado at the Flame line. Moving the puck ahead. Frost at the Hawk line to Huberdeau down the left wing to the right circle. Kadri rifles a shot wide. This deflects to the left point to Anderson. He'll stick the puck down the dasher behind the Hawk net into the right wing corner. Kadri then lost the puck. Vlasic will hand it ahead to Ilya Mikheyev to center ice. And he's at the end of his penalty-killing shift, but he darts into the Flame zone, the right wing corner with the puck, turns and flips it back into the Hawk zone. Wyatt Kaiser will take his time, rag the puck a while, fling it ahead to Mikheyev. He's over the Flame line on the left wing, runs into a check from Weir, but well done. He milked about 30 seconds off the penalty clock right there.
Yeah, and the fans realized that it's half the fans here at the United Center gave him a round of applause. Smart heads-up play by Mikheyev.
Kadri threw the puck into the Hawk zone, but we get a whistle as this play is offside. On the far side of the rink, looked like Backlund was a step into the Hawk zone.
Yeah, so Mikheyev there, John, basically ate about 20, maybe 25 seconds of penalty killing time, and it's just, a one-man effort. He took the puck along the boards, protected it well, got it into the offensive zone, realized that 3 of the other penalty killers were changing, threw it all the way back into his own zone. Well, maybe he killed 30 seconds there, so really, really good job.
Now they're smart. They're smart when they get the puck on the penalty kill and manage it well. Let's hope that continues. Klapka into the Hawk zone right point. Tried to force a pass across to the left point. It hit a skate. Bounces to the near boards. Kaiser flips the puck behind the net. Crevier tried to send it out. Picked off by Backlund to Klapka. To Uyghur left point. To the right point, Sharon Govich moves into the right wing circle. Overskates the puck and then took it back on the half boards. Got it back to Uyghur right point. 30 seconds on the power play. He leaves it for Sharon Govich at the line. To Uyghur, top of the left circle. Guns it in on goal and a butterfly save made by Soderblom.
Yeah, tougher save than a look because Klapka parked right in front, and you mentioned his size. He's a big man, one of the bigger Calgary Flames players, and that shot ended up going through his legs, but Soderblom doing such a good job tracking the puck.
Klapka, I watched him in the morning skate, Steve. He did that same thing, deflecting shots in front of the net. He got hit with the puck more than he deflected the puck, but it seemed like he was pretty effective at tipping them, too.
Well, ask Tyler Bertuzzi how that works out, deflecting pucks in off your shin pad, off your pants. That's you pay the price, but you end up with a lot of goals that way.
I think the all-time best had to be Ryan Smith, the Edmonton Oilers and the New York Islanders.
Yes, very good, absolutely.
Now the Flames attack again. Connor Zary into the Hawk zone. Got it over to Backlund at the left point. Tried to center the puck. Picked off by the Hawks. Mikheyev out to center ice at the end of a penalty-killing shift. He'll flip it down ice into the Flame zone. And now as the puck is touched by Uyghur, a penalty is going to be called here to the Flames. The Hawks have come back to full strength. Sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics.
Calgary penalty number 17. 2 minutes for interference.
As I was saying, on a relentless pursuit of better medicine. So Yegor Sharangovich is going off, and the Hawks are going to go to the Citgo power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citgo. Download the app now to start saving.
That Blackhawks power play red hot the last 5 games. Only 12 power plays. That's 6 power play goals.
Penalty at 12:45 of period number 1. This was one of your keys. I think this was your first key, Steve, the play of the special teams.
Old coach of mine, Bob Johnson, used to say, play 5-on-5 easy, even, win your special teams, you'll win about 80% of your hockey games.
I think Badger knew what he was talking about, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did.
In behind the Hawk net, Levshunov is pressured by Blake Coleman, who ties up Levshunov's stick so he can't put it on the puck to pass it. He ends up kicking the puck down into the Flame zone, and big Kevin Ball will fire it back down in behind the Hawk net. This time, Levshunov is sans Coleman as he skates the puck out to the line. Hands it to Burakovsky through center, over the Flame line. Got through the first wave, down to the left wing corner. Put it back to the left point. Levshunov there to the high slot. Nazar with a shot. Chest save made by Wolf. The puck is loose, sent to the line, held in by Levshunov. Levshunov standing at the blue line, deep slot. To Burakovsky, left point. To Bedard, top of the right circle. Tried to snap it on goal, mishandled the puck, and then took it back. Bedard along the right boards. To Teravainen, bottom of the right wing circle. To Bedard against the half boards now. To the line, Levshunov. To Bedard, top of the right circle of Teravainen. Backdoor a pass for Burakovsky, and a diving play there by Huberdeau to break that up. But Nazar reclaims the puck. 55 seconds on the power play. Burakovsky at the left point. Weaving through, now top of the left circle. Hands it down to Nazar beside the net. Nazar back to Burakovsky near the left point. Straight away, Levshunov deep slot. Now to Bedard at the right point. He'll turn into the right circle. Behind the back pass is picked off by the Flames. And Joel Farabee will fire it all the way down.
Well, good puck possession by the Blackhawks power play, but not really a lot in the way of shots. And I think Connor Bedard getting tired, but out there for about 90 seconds of the 2-minute power play, and the spinorama pass right to a Calgary Flame player.
Oliver Moore bats the puck down the boards, deep into the Flame zone. This circles the net to the left wing corner to Ryan Donato. For Ryan Green, left corner. Out to Rinzel, left point. Put it over top of the right circle. Matt Grzelcyk to Rinzel straight away. Fires a shot. And this misses the net. Pinballs out to Anderson. He'll clear it up the right side and down as the Flames come back to full strength.
And this is where you miss a guy like Tyler Bertuzzi, that net front presence. And, whether he's screening a goalie or getting to loose pucks, he is going to be sorely missed while he's out.
Speaking of getting to loose pucks, Donato does that beside the Flame net. Now in front of the net, he fires a shot. It's blocked. Crevier fires from the high slot. Save, rebound, score! Ryan Donato! From the bottom of the right wing circle, took the rebound of the Crevier shot and snapped it in behind Wolf. And the Hawks take a 1-0 lead.
And with that goal, it's time to break out the Bandito, celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila. And what a play by Oliver Moore to pick up a loose puck. You just beat two Calgary Flames players to it, got it right out to Donato. The first shot didn't go, the second one did, and great persistence by that line. Sam Lafferty doing a good job out in front of the net. And it was Donato who picked up the rebound, had a wide open cage, and deposited the puck.
Ryan Donato, that's number 7 on the season. I would think Crevier and maybe Oliver, actually Crevier probably Grzelcyk. Well, anyway, we'll find out who gets the assist. It's
spending some extra time here, but I think Ryan Huska, he's waving over the referee, so I'm wondering if they're maybe going to try and challenge this.
Did the play look onside to you, Steve, when it came across? That's my only thought. But Oliver Moore started the play by dumping the puck down into the Flame end. So.
Right. Here's the call.
Calgary is challenging the play for goaltender interference.
There you go.
Well, they're taking a second look, and a second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. And there was a scramble. I mentioned Ryan Donato with an original shot. Sam Lafferty was in front of the net. Now, did Sam Lafferty possibly bump the netminder?
We get an overhead look here.
Yeah, we're seeing it.
Now Wolf engaged Lafferty.
No, there's no way.
This should be a goal.
Absolutely. I'm really surprised the video coach and the coaching staff would think that that's interference. Sometimes a guy might get pushed in. It was Wolf doing all the pushing. And he did go down on his knees after the push, but he initiated the push. I don't think they're spending much time with this one, and it looks like they've made up their minds.
Well, you hear the song in the background.
After coach's challenge for goaltender interference is determined there was no interference on the play. We have a good goal. Minor penalty to Calgary, bench minor.
Hawks back on the power play.
I'm really surprised Ryan Huska, especially at this point of a hockey game. It's the first goal. It certainly wasn't egregious. It was more Dustin Wolf pushing off of Sam Lafferty than anything else. And the spirit of the rule is let the goaltender play his position. Well, Wolf lost his balance because he was trying to push Sam Lafferty. So not only does the goal count, but now Calgary shorthanded.
So Hawks on their second Sitco power play. And Levshunov back in the Hawk zone will drop the puck off to Burakovsky to Bedard. Threw it back into the Hawk zone to Burakovsky. Sitco power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Sitco. Download the app now to start saving. Flames take the puck away at their blue line. Backlund will fire it down. And here's Levshunov carrying up the left wing side. Drops the puck there to Burakovsky. To Connor Bedard. He'll carry to center ice. Tried to give it to Tara Vine and Flame line. Picked up by the Flames. Farabee back into the Hawks zone. Right wing side. A one-timer. Kick save made by Soderblom with the left pad. Nazar picks up the puck and carries to center ice. Put it over the Flame line. Tara Vine at the left point. Fed it through the high slot. Burakovsky sends it over to Bedard. He has to tap the puck over the Flame blue line to center ice, and the Hawks will regroup. 1:04 on the power play. Bedard to Nazar over the Flame line, left wing side. Flings it down behind the net to the near corner. Teravainen takes a massive hit, but moves it around. Levshun high slot to Teravainen, left circle, drops it off Burakovsky. He fires just high and wide. Bedard along the right boards, recovers the puck to Levshun right point. He'll back up with it through the high slot. Hand it there to Bedard. Down to the right circle, Teravainen, put it in front. And this is off the stick of Burakovsky, who was jamming the crease. Puck deflects up into the protective netting and out of play. 38 seconds left on the Hawk power play. They lead the game 1-0 with 3:33 on the clock for the first.
Yeah, I like the rotation there, though, because they had Sam Nazar in the high slot backing up. Burakovsky could either, I think that Teravainen could either hit him or Burakovsky out front, and Burakovsky almost in the blue paint. Dustin Wolf did a real good job deflecting that so that Burakovsky couldn't get his stick on it.
Well, here we go. Face-off circle to Wolf's left, and the Flames get control. Morton wins the draw. Behind the Flame net, Anderson's got the puck, and he'll fling it off the right side boards and down. Down to 30 seconds on the power play. Rinzel dropping the puck in the far circle. Hawk end to Green. Green to center ice. Head to Moore. Crossing the Flame line, right point. Tried to turn and make a back pass. This is picked off by Hubert over the Flames. He's in front of the benches. Floats a pass across. This ends up on Grizzlick's stick in the Hawk zone. Put it over to Rinzel. Rinzel skating at the center ice. Drops it back to Green. To Grizzlick. To Donato over the Flame line. Down the left wing to the circle. A toe drag and a shot. That deflected wide of the net. The Flames are back to full strength as the puck is driven around by Morton and all the way down. Rinzel bear hugs Coronado into the end boards, and Grizzlick in to take the puck. Bats it up the right side to Lafferty. To Donato coming by over the Flame line. Runs into a check from Jake Bean. Lost the puck. Sharon Govich took it back for the Flames. Put up the left wing to Jake Bean. And a rink-wide pass for Pahal. Lost the puck, Hawk line. Here's Vlasic passing it ahead to Mikheyev over the Flame line. Left point. Spins it over to the right point to Colton Dock. Down to Sam Lafferty in the right wing corner. He'll carry it around, tried to drop it at the blue line for Crevier, but just slides through to the Hawk blue line. Crevier back to get it. He'll skate to the Flame line, stick it down the glass. Puck took an erratic hop off the glass to the near boards. And it's shot in behind by Bean. He works the puck around up the far side. It ends up at center ice, and the Hawks get the puck back in their end now. Crevier to Colton Dock, front of the benches. Turned the puck over to the Flames. Klapka took it back at center. And he'll drive it off the left side boards and down behind the Hawk net. Then he runs into Connor Murphy. And Murphy got the worst of that. He falls down. Puck taken by Frost, left circle. To Uyghur, top of the right circle. And he drives a shot that goes wide. And then Kuznetsov mishandled the puck at the left point. Moves out to center ice with it. Got it back now to the Flames. Morgan Frost into the Hawk zone. Down to the end boards. Tried to put the puck behind the net to the near corner and did, but Vlasic intercepts for the Hawks. He passes up the right wing to Oliver Moore, who's pushed off the puck, and the Flames get it back. Uyghur, Flame blue line right wing. Skates it ahead and dumps it down to the right wing corner Hawk zone. Connor Zary and Artem Yelevshin battle for the puck, and the Hawks win the battle. Here's Nazar to center ice off the give from Teravainen. Dumping the puck to the left wing corner Flame zone. Kevin Ball got it there. And he'll spin it around the right wing side. Matt Coronado center ice tried to pass into the Hawks zone, picked off by Connor Bedard. We're under a minute to play here in period number one. 1-0 Hawks. Bedard into the Flame zone. Drops it in the slot. And Green whacking at the puck. It goes behind the net. And then the puck turned over by Coleman to Kaiser along the left wing boards. To Bedard in the left wing corner. Fights off a check from Anderson. Here's Bedard. Drops it high slot. Kaiser now to the right wing circle. Burakovsky to Kaiser, left circle. Trying to put it in front. Anderson got a stick in there knocking it away, but Kaiser takes the puck back. Kaiser in the left wing corner. Ridden into the boards there by Backlund. 20 seconds left in the period. Kaiser escapes in the left wing corner, then lost the puck, but Green took it back left corner. Put it behind the net for Burakovsky in the right wing corner. Kevin Ball picked his pocket. And he'll skate the puck to center and fling it down the left boards and in behind the Hawk net. The teams are in line changes.
An extended shift to that number one line. I love the reverse hit, too, by Connor Bedard on Rasmus Anderson.
Now look out. The puck centered from behind the Hawk net by Kadri. Turned out of there by Soderblom. The horn sounds ending play here in period number one. Shots are 6-4 in favor of the Hawks. The scoreboard favors the Hawks as well, 1-0 over the Calgary Flames. It wasn't a power play goal. It was an even strength goal by Ryan Donato, but nonetheless, a lead.
Yeah, an important goal for Ryan Donato. I like the pressure from the Blackhawks. Just 6 shots in that period, but I think more importantly, They only gave up, they gave Calgary another shot there. So that Calgary Flames 5 total shots in period number 1.
At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Steve and Charlie to welcome our guest in and have the first period intermission interview, guys.
All right, we will take it away. Let's just piggyback off that first period. So the Hawks score the first goal in this game. It's the 14th time the Blackhawks have scored the first goal in a game this season. 14 out of 19 tries. And that leads the entire NHL.
But what's their record in those 14?
In those 14, Hawks are 9-2-2. In the 5 games that they don't score first, they're 0-3-2. So this is a great omen for the Blackhawks.
Let's just call it a night right now. Let's say Blackhawks win. No, it especially for young teams, I think it's important to get that first goal. It gets your bench into it. It also gets the crowd into it.
All right, let's head downstairs. Our guest is ready to join us, Louis Crevier. Louis, you picked up another assist on that Ryan Donato goal. You now got points, 6 points in your last 6 games. What is working so well for you offensively right now? He might not be ready to join us. All right, we'll keep talking. But Louis Crevier is going to be our guest. Is he ready now?
Yeah. I can hear you guys. Yeah.
Louis, we were just pumping your tires. You picked up another primary assist. You now have 6 points in your last 6 games, up to 10 on the season. What is working so well for you right now offensively?
I don't know. I think I'm just shooting a puck, to be honest. It's like I'm not asking too many questions. I don't think I'll ever be a guy who's like doing some crazy stuff on the ice. But when I have the puck, I'm taking my chances. And I mean, we have a lot of guys going to the net every time. So I think it's a good mentality to have, and I think it's working.
Well, Louis, let's talk about that shot, because I think it's one of the heavier shots, not only on this team, but maybe in the NHL. Is it something you've always had, or is it maybe something you've worked on through the years?
I mean, I think I've always had a powerful shot. I think it's sometimes for me, it's maybe not just doing as hard as I can on it, and maybe just trying to get it to the net. I think that's the biggest difference for me this year. I'm trying to hit the net more and hit it in traffic. Sometimes I'm trying to hit it wide so it can bounce off a teammate or a skate, and it's something the coaches talk to me also. So I'm trying to implement that.
Louis, you guys are 4-0-1 in your last 5. It's been really fun to watch. But you guys have been dealing with some injuries lately, and it doesn't seem like you guys are skipping a beat. What's been working so well, the resiliency of your group?
Yeah, I mean, we've lost some important pieces of our group, and I think it's, everyone's trying to step up. I mean, like a day like today, like without Fliggy, he's talking a lot on the bench and between periods. So a guy like Murph told us today, like, we got to speak a little bit more, be more vocal to try to make his presence a little bit less hurt us.
Louis, I really like the way you guys break the puck out from your own zone, and it seems like you come up the middle a lot. It's kind of surprising because, not a lot of teams think, they're going to pass it in front of their own net. Is that what you try and do sometimes, just to kind of the element of surprise and find the open man right in the middle of your own net?
I think in practice we're trying to, it's always like skate with the puck, and I think we've done a good job as a decor and as with our centermen and our wingers to like be a 5-man unit and coming out of the puck. I mean, I think it makes a big difference sometimes. Just waiting a little bit, so I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Awesome. Louis, thanks for doing this. Go get him in the second.
All right, thank you.
All right, that was Blackhawks defenseman Louis Crevier picking up yet another point in this game on the Ryan Donato goal. The Blackhawks are leading the Calgary Flames 1-0 through period 1. I'll have a first period breakdown on the other side. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citco today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling and you're losing more money than you have, are you really winning? If you're spending too much time with the slots or you can't stop betting on sports and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying, and probably losing more money than you can afford to lose, you're not alone and you can get help. It's available 24/7 and it's confidential. When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.areyoureallywinning.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
Chicago hockey fans love a good power play. And when it comes to selling your house, you want a team you can trust.
That's why Jeff Buys Your House is your winning play. No repairs, no commissions, and you pick the closing date.
That's like skating on a clean sheet of ice, fast and smooth.
We're a local, veteran-owned company that's been helping Chicagoland homeowners since 2007.
Make the smart move and go for the win. Visit jeffbuysyourhouse.com for your no-obligation offer today.
This is the sound of Claire cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd to the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Chicago, the baseball season may be over, but that doesn't mean you missed your last chance to visit Wrigley Field. Your Northwestern Wildcats return to the friendly confines for the final iteration of the Wrigley Field Series, facing off against Minnesota this Saturday. Get your ticket today by visiting Cubs.com/football. Check out the coolest experience in Big Ten football as the most iconic ballpark gets transformed into a pantheon of college football for the final time. Cubs.com/football. Secure your seat today.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
Time for a break. It's intermission time.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Here's Charlie Romeliotis with your intermission update.
20 minutes is in the books here at the United Center. Shots on goal 6-5 in favor of the Blackhawks, who lead the Flames 1-0 thanks to a goal by Ryan Donato, who snapped an 8-game goal drought with his 7th goal of the season. So nice for Ryan to find the back of the net. Well, time to check out the current odds according to Circa Sports Illinois. Hawks were a -109 to score the first goal. Calgary was actually favored to score the first goal in this game, oddly enough, but it was the Blackhawks who did so for the 14th time this season, which leads the entire NHL. So, the Blackhawks continue to get off to really strong starts. Every time the Blackhawks win this season, someone will win a 2-night stay at Circa Resort and Casino, and another 100 people will get a $100 credit on the Circa app. See the Blackhawks contest page for details. 7 other games in the NHL today, so let's go around the league and check out some scores. The Blues and Maple Leafs are knotted up 2-2 late in the third period. Toronto is without Matthew Nyes in the game, who was listed out with an upper body injury. The Red Wings are up 3-2 on the Seattle Kraken midway through the third. The Tampa Bay Lightning are leading the New Jersey Devils 5-1 midway through the third. Jake Gensel has a hat trick for the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's up to 11 goals now on the season. The Islanders and Stars are tied 0-0 midway through the second period. The Winnipeg Jets are up 2-1 on the Columbus Blue Jackets in the second. And 2 late games tonight. The Rangers are in Vegas to take on the Knights, and the San Jose Sharks are hosting the Utah Mammoth later tonight. Meanwhile, here at the UC, the Hawks are up 1-0 on the Calgary Flames. We'll take a quick break, then break down that first period. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
The Lisa Dent Show, weekdays 2 to 6 on WGN Radio.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. You know, I played in an era that was tough, gritty, old school. But I got major respect for the next generation of hockey. The speed, the skill, the precision. That's what I see in Flight by Yuengling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, clean, crisp, real beer flavor without the heaviness. This is the light beer that keeps up with the modern game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Getting health insurance that fits your budget isn't easy.
At Get Covered Illinois, We are here to help.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
A place where health insurers compete for your business. A website where you can compare multiple health plans and pricing in one place.
And where you can connect to financial help and free in-person assistance.
Because you deserve insurance. GetCoveredIllinois.gov. We're here to help.
Hi, this is Dave Muzo, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. When emergencies happen, who do you call? Broken pipe? Power outage? Furnace failure? No hot water? The answer is always the same. Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day service and installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. That's why over 30,000 customers have given us a 5-star Google review.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand, tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industrial-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time.
There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Hyundai's award-winning lineup of cars, SUVs, hybrids, and EVs put your safety first with available class-exclusive features like digital key and remote smart parking assist, plus America's best warranty. See your local Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer or visit HyundaiUSA.com today. We are back here at the United Center. The Blackhawks up 1-0 on the Calgary Flames, and they've taken a shot away from each team. So shots on goal are now 5-4 in favor of the Blackhawks in that first period. So not much generating for either side, but the Blackhawks are leading 1-0. By the way, it's Military Appreciation Night here at the United Center, so thank you all for your service. The Blackhawks had 2 power plays in that first period. I thought they had some good offensive zone time in both, but they weren't able to generate many scoring chances. The Hawks finished with 3 shot attempts. Only one of them hit the net, and they generated 1 scoring chance in those 4 minutes of power play time. So you heard Steve talking about it in his keys to the game, winning the special teams battle. The Hawks get some opportunities again. Hopefully they're able to cash in on their power play. They were on the penalty kill early in that first period, or 9:18 left in that first, and the Hawks successfully killed that off. And so I think if you're the Blackhawks, you want to make sure that you're keeping this game at even strength, given Calgary's struggles this season. I was a little surprised that Calgary challenged for goaltender interference on the Ryan Donato goal. It really didn't look like there was much there. With Sam Lafferty kind of in the crease. Dustin Wolf was the one initiating contact, and it was a fairly quick review by the officials, which indicated that they didn't feel like there was much there, and they had conclusive evidence that it was a good goal for the Blackhawks. And it's nice to see a call go the Blackhawks' way for once. It took a while for Calgary to actually submit or actually announce to the officials that they wanted to challenge, and it's one of those things where you're kind of holding your breath if you're a Blackhawks fan, because a couple controversial calls have gone against Chicago this season. But it had to be a nice feeling for the Blackhawks bench to watch that happen and it be a pretty easy call for the Blackhawks. Unfortunately, they weren't able to capitalize on that power play, but again, it was nice to see a call finally go their way. All right, Hawks are up 1-0 on the Calgary Flames. We got one more break, and then we'll set up the second period. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo is the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Port, Chicago, Illinois.
That's the sound of the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, saving you money and energy. With rebates on Energy Star appliances so you can come back to a home full of savings. Discover more ways to save at ComEd.com/home savings. ComEd, powering lives.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
For the lowest gas prices in Chicagoland, visit WGNradio.com/gas prices. Sponsored by your local Chevy dealers at ChevyDriveChicago.com.
Up next, the second period. Here's Charlie Rebelliotis with your recap.
Back here at the United Center, the Blackhawks and Flames have just hit the ice for the start of the second period. A low shot total in that first, just 5 for Chicago, 4 for Calgary. But fortunately for the Blackhawks, Ryan Donato converted on one of those 5 for his 7th goal of the season.
Crevier fires from the high slot. Save, rebound, score! Ryan Donato from the bottom of the right wing circle took the rebound of the Crevier shot and snapped it in behind Wolf. And the Hawks take a 1-0 lead.
That ends an 8-game goal drought for Ryan Donato, and he's now tied for 3rd on the team with 7 goals. Bedard and Bertuzzi are ahead of him. He now ties Burakovsky for 3rd on the team. What's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com as we head back over to John and Steve for the start of the second.
All right, thank you, Charlie. Appreciate that very much. Teams on the ice surface will have second period action here momentarily. Things going according to plan, Steve, what do you say?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, it would have been nice to score another goal in the second power play, especially after that Ryan Donato goal. But, you know, I think the chances against, they got to be real happy with. Only 4 shots against. I'd like to see a little more generated offensively, though. 5 shots, a little low for this high-scoring Blackhawk team.
Sure. Now we're ready to go here in the second period. Bedard lines up the face-off dot at center ice against Morgan Frost. Gave you the shots earlier. 5-4 favor the Hawks. Low shots on goal total for a period. I think, you know, on average in the National Hockey League, you'd think you'd get more than 9 total. That's how it goes. Draw one by the Flames. And now here's Coronado into the Hawk zone, left wing side. He drops the puck down to the corner to Frost. He's checked immediately there by Ryan Green. The puck comes free, but Huberdeau got it back left circle. Put it top of the right circle. Weegar fires, and that's into the glove of Soderblom and the Hawk crease.
Soderblom with a relatively easy first period, but the last time we saw him, John, 45 shots in that Detroit Red Wings victory. And, of course, no better stop than that one on Dylan Larkin, where he absolutely robbed the Detroit Red Wing captain. Also stopped his own brother, Elmer Soderblom, in that first period.
I'm not going to get any sympathy from Mom. Sorry, bro. Now the Flames get the puck off the draw. Whoa. And a shot from Frost from the left point hit the near post. Puck ricochets out. Crevier in the Hawk zone between the circles. Bats it up the left wing. Green to Bedard over the flame line. Left circle to the right circle. Burakovsky shoots. And that might have hit the crown of the headgear on Dustin Wolf and deflected up into the protective netting. He decides now to pull the headgear completely off and give it a shake, give his head a shake as well. And, yes, hit him right on top of the headgear.
Yeah, good call and good eyes there, John. I just love the feed from Connor Bedard. Had Burakovsky maybe tried to shoot that right away, I think he would have had a better look. Maybe he had to settle it. Sometimes when you get the puck, it goes up on edge.
Yeah.
You just have to wait that extra half second, but Now, there wasn't a lot of room for that pass to be made, and somehow Connor Bedard threaded the needle. And they are doing some extra repairs to that helmet. So while we have an opportunity, are you looking for the perfect night out? Well, Friday Night Hockey presented by Modelo is back at the United Center. Join us on November 28th at 7 p.m. as the Nashville Predators come to town for a Central Division rivalry match. Doors to the atrium open 90 minutes before puck drop. Make sure to secure your spot today by going to blackhawks.com/tickets.
Coming up, it's the Four Seasons Heating and Air Conditioning, Plumbing and Electric Face-Off. For all the right reasons, call 866-4Seasons. Draw won by the Hawk, kept in by Crevier, right point. Look out. He's tried to stroke it over to the left point, and one of the Flames got a stick in there. That was Backlund, and that puck got up into the seating area in a hurry. So face-off will remain in the Hawk zone. This will be in the circle to Wolf's, in the Flame zone, in the circle to Wolf's left. Backlund facing off with Donato, who slaps the puck to the near boards off the draw, but Ball took it for Calgary. Now the puck turned over inside the Flame zone. Colton Dock at the blue line, moving down to the right half boards, spins it behind the Flame net. Ilya Mikheyev given a rough ride into the boards there by Rasmus Andersson. And the battle continues behind the net. Colton Dock enters the fray. Puck comes loose to Kevin Ball. To Backlund up the left wing. Clears to the line no further. Ryan Donato to Louis Crevier, top of the right circle. To Dock in the slot. He turns and fires, and this goes just wide. Puck deflects off the inboards. Couple Flames go for a tumble in the Calgary zone. Connor Zary looks like he's hurt. He's going to labor the Flame bench.
Getting up real slowly, and he's limping with a noticeable limp.
Now, meanwhile, Vlasic back through center over the Flame line. A hard wrist shot is into the feet of Jake Bean, and then the puck ricochets down in on Wolf. And Oliver Moore gave it a jab. Wolf covers with the glove, and then Braden Pahal is in the face of Oliver Moore in the far corner in the Flame zone. And the linesmen are on the scene to pry everybody apart.
Yeah, not as quite as feisty as that last game we saw in Calgary, John, but things could change in a hurry.
Sure.
I love the way Dustin Wolf plays. You know, one of the smaller goaltenders in the NHL, barely 6 feet tall. I think he's only 175 pounds, but boy, he is just positionally as sound as any goalie in the NHL.
I like his competitiveness. I mean, he holds himself accountable more than anybody really in that room. And if you go talk to him in the morning skate, he'll tell you that he expects to win every single game. If you didn't have that kind of an attitude, I would think you shouldn't be in the NHL anyway.
Yeah, and it's surprising too because he grew up in originally Northern California, but his parents moved to LA, and he's part of the Junior Kings program down there. And I remember Nelson Emerson having nothing but great things to say about this young goalie. And he talked about his competitive nature. He is a battler out there.
Puck leaves the ice surface in front of the Hawks bench, so they'll restart with a face-off just outside the Flame blue line. Still 1-0 Hawks, 18-16 left in period number 2. Hawks in Seattle will have a go on Thursday night. We hope all of you will join us. If you can't join us on the radio, heck, join us down here at the United Center. Hawks are playing some exciting hockey, and that Seattle team is it's a very interesting hockey club. If we can, we'll evolve the conversation there. Jake Bean into the Hawk zone, left wing corner. Put the puck behind the net. Nazar pokes it away, but not out. Bean now along the left wing boards to Sharon Govich, left wing corner. Put the puck behind the net for Kadri. Jumping in front of him, however, was Matt Grzelcyk to poke the puck up the left wing side to Teravainen to center ice, and then it's off his stick. And then the Flames are back across the Hawk line. Offside is the call. Kadri was still inside the Hawk zone.
Just to get back to Dustin Wolf, just to tie a bow on it, he was second in Calder voting last year for the Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
And that from a 7th-round draft pick back in 2019. So good for him. Loved by his teammates. And, they almost made the playoffs last year. And I'd say about 90% of that was because of the play of Dustin Wolf. He just absolutely kept him in every game that he played.
One of the intangibles that I think NHL scouts have a hard time measuring is the size of a guy's heart, how competitive they are. I think they get an inkling. Maybe some of them know more than others that way. We get a whistle, another stoppage in play on a hand pass, and they'll get a face-off back in the Hawk zone. But when you scout a player and you decide to advise your general manager to draft that player into your organization, there's a lot of pressure on the scout anyway. But
well, sure,
when you pull a guy into your organization as a 7th round pick, I don't know how much pressure there is on that guy to make it.
Right.
But if you're as determined as Wolf is, chances are he could go a long way.
It reminds me of Patrick Kane. They said, he'll never play because he's not big enough. And, of course, being in vogue as a goaltender was you had to be 6'4" and 215 pounds. But, he's proven all the critics wrong. And you're right. It's his will to win. His competitive spirit is as good as anyone's on that team.
From the draw, the Hawks get control. Kaiser put the puck up the boards, picked off by Morgan Frost to the Flames. Now at the bottom of the left wing circle, Huberdeau fires a shot over the net and wide. Held in by Weegar, and then puck turned over at the Hawk line. Lafferty passing to Donato over the Flame line, fed the left circle, and Kaiser, actually Schlaggert, fires a shot over the net off a deflection. Schlaggert got it back to Kaiser at the line. He put it over to Renzel, who pounds a shot from the left point, and that goes wide. And the puck ricochets out to center ice. Kaiser's on it to Renzel, front of the benches, to Kaiser, Hawk line. He'll pick it up and carry to the Flame line and drive it off the left side glass behind the net. Around it goes to the near side to Donato. Waves it back in behind. And Burakovsky tried to center the puck. Picked off by the Flames. Coronado. They come back 3-on-2 to Weegar over the Hawk line down the right wing. Put the puck behind the net. Nice play by Renzel to stroke it away from Ryan Lomberg. And now Renzel between the circles will take the puck and back skate to the corner. Then pass up the left wing. Ryan Green at center ice to Burakovsky, Flame line. To Bedard over the line. He tried to work his way in front of the net with the puck, but had it knocked off his stick, and the Flames get it back. Ball to center ice with it. Moving it ahead. Morton down the left wing side into the Hawk zone. And he is pushed off the puck behind the net by Vlasic, who pulls it free to Green. To Levshunov behind the net. Passing up the right wing side for Burakovsky. He was knocked down as the pass came by. Might have gotten a piece of it. No icing is called either way.
Really like the way defensively Alex Vlasic's playing. And just that last rush up ice by Calgary, using his size, one hand on his stick, one hand on the player, kind of fending him off. And, he's had an effective game. Now, he's not going to rattle guys with big hits, but he separates guys from pucks and gets pucks going in the other direction. So, just a subtle little things, but they're important in the scope of the larger picture.
Yeah, he's from the North Shore. Alex Vlasic is played at BU, 6'6". He's up to about 225, I think now. When he first joined the Blackhawks, he's just over 200 pounds.
Yeah,
kind of I don't want to call him a beanpole, but he was not as big of a man as he is now, and the maturity has sure helped. Draw one by the Hawks. Crevier from the right point sends the puck over the left wing corner to Moore, who's checked off the puck by Coleman, and the Flames are back the other way. Dean with a pass to the Hawk line for Backlund, off his stick into the Hawk zone. Crevier took it back. Passing it to Moore into the Flame zone down the right wing to the corner. Battling against Jake Bean. Moore leaves the puck for Nazar, who pokes it behind the net to Teravainen. Trying to give it back to Nazar out near the line. This is taken away by Zeri of the Flames. To Coleman into the Hawk zone to the right wing boards. Turned the puck over. And Teravainen will wave it down ice along the right side boards Flame zone. Kuznetsov sent the puck to the Hawk blue line. Kaiser took it there in his trip. No penalty called. Kaiser near corner. Drops it there to Murphy. Passing up the right side, Teravainen. Hawk blue line. Put it across down McKay, Flame line left wing. He'll direct the puck to the left wing corner in the Calgary zone. Kaiser and Kuznetsov battled there. Then McKay works it out to the left point to Donato. He'll fling it back down behind the Flame net around. Out to the right point it goes to Doc. He's pressed into the boards from behind by Kadri, but fights off the check, and the Hawks get possession. Mikheyev now to Doc back in the net. To Donato left corner, back to Doc behind the net. Put it around to the left point to Wyatt Kaiser. He moves it right point now to Murphy. Down to the right wing boards now to Mikheyev. To Murphy high slot, leaving it there. Kaiser to Mikheyev, top of the right circle. He shoots, and that hit a body in front. Ricochets off the glass. Flames get the puck. Coleman at the Calgary blue line will backhand the puck through the air. This bounces into the Hawk zone, and Murphy quickly clears it up the right side to Mikheyev. Over the Flame blue line. And he'll direct it down behind the net. Anderson takes a hit there from Doc, but moves it back around up the near side, and here's Kadri through center. Sharon Govich over the Hawk line left wing to Anderson on the slot. Shoots in and out of the glove of Soderblom. Loose puck in front of the net. Knocked away by Levshunov. Taken back by the Flames. Sharon Govich fires from in front. That's turned wide with a pad save. Flames get it back. Rasmus Anderson right point. Sends the puck over to the left wing half boards to Kevin Ball, and he chopped it up into the protective netting unintentionally, and a whistle will stop play. We're down to 13:57 left in period number 2. Still 1-0 in favor of the Hawks. And this is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Marquette Bank has been Chicagoland's neighborhood bank for 80 years. 80 years is a long time. Marquette Bank is here to help you build savings, buy a home, plan for retirement. Marquette Bank is here to help you achieve your financial goals. When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank, love where you bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 462926. Can't find the right words? Rogers & Hollins has you covered. Since 1910, Rogers & Hollins has been Chicagoland's trusted name for fine jewelry and quality watches. From engagement rings to the perfect gift or something to elevate your look, generations have relied on Rogers & Hollins for unmatched quality and personal service. Experience the Rogers & Hollins difference. Visit fornowandforever.com or a store near you. Rogers & Hollins, for now and forever.
Rogers and Hollins, for now and forever.
Right now, hockey fans across the city are struggling to fill the fridge. That's why the Salvation Army is here to assist those in need all season long. Our friends at the Salvation Army are seeing unprecedented demand in their communities, the communities they've served for decades, with more people walking through the doors in search of emergency support. Your support this year is more important than ever. Go to the John Williams Kettle at WGNradio.com. Let's help make a difference today.
It's Ryan Donato. Listen to John Landecker, weeknights at 7 on WGN Radio.
Well, attention Blackhawks fans. For this centennial season, Hyundai is stepping up big and we're donating $100 for every Blackhawks goalie save made, up to $100,000. All proceeds will go to support pediatric cancer research. To learn more, please visit blackhawks.com/promotions.
On Military Appreciation Night, Steve, Charlie, and I extend our heartfelt thanks to every man and woman involved in our military in any facet of the military. We tremendously appreciate your courage and your dedication to keeping our country free. Thank you very, very much. Wouldn't be able to enjoy hockey games if we didn't have what we have from the folks in the military.
Could have said that any better myself. Thanks, John.
Yep. Hawks on the attack. Burakovsky into the flame zone along the right sideboards. Pressed off the puck by Coronado, taken back by Crevier, right point. He sends a bouncing puck down in on goal. It's turned out of there by Wolf. Morgan Frost against the end boards. Checked, lost the puck. And now along the right boards, Ryan Green with a puck to Crevier, right point, to Vlasic, left point. To Bedard now at the left point. Put it down to Vlasic in the left wing corner. Bank pass off the end boards to Green. Right corner to Crevier, right point. Vlasic top of the left circle, leaving it there for Bedard coming by to Crevier, right point. Fires toward the net. Stick save made by Wolf. Vlasic on the rebound along the left boards. He's pushed into the boards there by Huberdeau, but has the puck in his skates. Scrapes into the corner. Bedard now has the puck, walking to the net with a backhand. Turned out of there by Wolf. Bedard behind the net tried to send to the puck. Morgan Frost was able to take it away to Jake Bean, who put the puck between the circles. And now Huberdeau will skate it out of the Calgary zone to center ice and dump the puck off the left wing boards down into the Hawk end. And go for a change.
Connor Bedard with his best look at this hockey game. Tried to go short side on the backhand. Surprised the netminder by going the same side he was skating in on, but just couldn't find the room.
Sam Lafferty hit along the inboards in the flame zone. Lost the handle of the puck. Flames come back up ice. This is Sam Morton into the Hawk zone down the right wing side. Turns and centers the puck. It goes across to the near side to Adam Klapka. To Morton in the high slot, to Anderson, right point, floats it in on goal. Butterfly save made by Arvid Soderblom. Kaiser along the inboards, checked by Klapka and then goes down. Colton Dock to the puck, to Levshunov. He'll carry out of the Hawks zone to center ice, 4-on-2 for the Hawks, in over the flame line. To Lafferty, right circle. Hit as he dumps it down in behind the net. Uyghur took the puck away, however, and shot it around to the near side. Lafferty hit by Klapka, shot the puck off the glass into the netting, and a whistle will stop play.
Well, a wasted opportunity for the Blackhawks. And, John, you pointed out, that was a 4-on-2. And that's got to be a better pass from Artie Levshunov. You know, put it kind of behind Lafferty. If he puts it in front of him on his stick, they're going to get a good shot there. But instead, it kind of killed the play. So, you know, it's a learning moment for number 55. And, yeah, he's on a really nice run right now as far as a point streak. But, you know, it's a point in the game where you could really separate yourself from this Calgary Flames team who's just hanging around. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's just a 1-0 game. You get that next goal, that's going to be a dagger for the Flames.
One thing I remember, Steve, about the game in Calgary, there were several sequences where the Flames got caught up ice, and the Hawks came back into the Calgary end quickly. They didn't always score, but they certainly got the chances, and if that trend continues, I don't really like the Flames' chances. Here's more into the Calgary zone along the right boards. Tried to center the puck. It ends up in behind the net. Weegar now in the far corner battling with Teravainen. Kicks the puck free behind the net to Kuznetsov. Shot a pass ahead for Zary, who uses his skate to deflect it into the Hawk zone. And Matt Grzelcyk picks up the puck. He's chased behind the Hawk net by Coleman. Passes the puck ahead now to Nazar over the flame line to Teravainen along the left boards. Fires one in from there. That's into the glove of Wolf. And he'll hold on in the flame crease. Face-off circle to his right. No change in the score. 11-12 left in the second.
And that's what makes Matt Grzelcyk so valuable to this team. And he might not, get the headlines or get the points, but boy, just using the net to protect the puck. He skated it out of danger, made a 100-foot pass up the ice to Frankie Nazar, and gets the change. I mean, that's all you want from your defenseman. Spend as little time as you can in your own zone, advance the puck, go to tape-to-tape passes, and get it down in the other team's zone. And it's exactly what he did.
When you define his play, Steve, is you don't really notice him when he's out there that much, but you never get hurt. You don't get hurt that often.
And sometimes for some players, that's a good thing. You don't. It's almost like a referee. If you don't notice a referee out there, he's doing his job. If you don't notice Matt Grzelcyk out there, he's probably doing his job. Yeah. And I would totally agree with that.
Back in the flame zone, Rasmus Andersson. Outlets through center ice. This misses all of his teammates, but it deflects off of a Hawk player and down behind the net. Geyser to the puck to Murphy along the right side boards. He'll skate it ahead to center ice and then dump it down the boards into the flame zone. Kevin Ball to get it. One of the Hawks, that was Donato, wiped out and hit the inboards. And now Doc and Kevin Ball get involved right beside the flame net. And then they get up and cease and desist as the Flames attack. Here's Kadri, Hawk line, left point. Sends it down behind the net. Murphy takes a hit but leaves the puck there for Vlasic. He outlets to center ice to Donato. He got it to Mikheyev, spins by a check over the flame line. Looked like he got tripped, and he did. Penalty coming up here to Calgary. Tripping will be the call, and the Hawks will go to the Citgo power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citgo. Download the app now to start saving.
Another strong shift by Ilya Mikheyev. Good defensively. Here's the call first.
Calgary penalty number 24. 2 minutes for tripping.
Yeah, that's Jake Bean for tripping, and then down the other direction, Mikheyev gets it going with, I'm not too sure who was at center at that time. Mikheyev ended up drawing the penalty, though, as Bean got beat to the outside, the diving trip.
Now a penalty at 9:41, so Bean is going to be set off. Face-off circle to the right of Dustin Wolf. And the Flames get control. Blake Coleman, who's a tenacious penalty killer, ends up with the puck along the inboards Hawk zone. Look out. He put it out in front. And a nice play by Leshonov to get a piece of that to knock it away. Right to Teravainen at center ice. To Burakovsky flame line. He lost the puck to Backlund, who will clear it all the way down.
Once Artie Leshonov realizes how big and strong he is, he's going to be able to do such a good job protecting the puck, especially in his own zone along the boards. Right now, doesn't quite have that in his holster, but he will eventually.
Leshonov in the high slot will fire, and that's into the breadbasket of Dustin Wolf. He'll hold on for a whistle. Frank Nazar was at the top of the crease looking to try and deflect that shot, but could not. And a face-off will stay in the flame zone. This will be in the circle to Wolf's left.
And that's not a criticism of Artie Levshunov. That's just, a fact of life. The kid's, 19 years of age? And
right.
He still needs, some tools for the toolbox, and one of those being protecting the puck, buying just a little extra time. And that time, Coleman, you mentioned an excellent penalty killer, comes up with a loose puck.
Coleman was a member of that Tampa Bay Lightning team that won back-to-back Stanley Cups and then signed here in Calgary, or with Calgary, I should say. And they've been happy with his play, obviously, but I think he's the kind of guy that, depending on how things go this season for the Flames, he might be in some talks about trades. We'll see. Valuable guy come playoff time, I know that.
It certainly is. And a nice little pirouette there by Connor Bedard. Ended up getting a shot off on the play, too.
Here's Nazar at the Hawk blue line, hands the puck to Levshunov. 45 seconds on the power play. Levshunov gains center ice, snaps it down the glass into the Calgary zone of the left wing corner. Teuvo Teravainen has it there. Put it in behind. Kevin Ball drives it around, but kept in by Levshunov right point. He moves it to the high slot. He fires, and that's off the end of Wolf's glove and up off the glass and in behind the flame net. Ball gets possession. Uh-oh, he shot that one over the glass. Did this go on a deflection, or did it go out cleanly? I think he's headed to the penalty box, Steve. We got a 5-on-3 power play for the Hawks.
Yeah, for 24 seconds.
Number 7, minor penalty for delay of game.
So there's the call. This is another Citgo power play. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citgo. Download the app now to start saving. The Hawks do have a 5-on-3 power play goal this season. And now at the Hawks bench, we get a pseudo huddle. Mike Vellucci, one of the assistant coaches, with the dry erase board, diagramming some kind of a play.
Well, so important now to win the draw. 5-on-3. Should Calgary win it, chances are they can pound it down the ice. But, Frankie Nazar can bring this back. Boy, the Blackhawks should get a good look.
This is the Four Seasons heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric face-off for all the right reasons. Call 866-4 Seasons. Flames get the puck. It's cleared all the way down by Mackenzie Weegar. 15 seconds on the 5-on-3 advantage. The Hawks need to hustle. Burakovsky will lead the puck through center ice, or lead the rush through center ice. To Teravainen over the Flame line along the left side. Now the Nazar right point. Burakovsky in the slot fires, and Anderson hit one knee to block that one up into the protective netting.
Rasmus Anderson, such a solid defenseman back there for the Calgary Flames. And there's chatter out of Calgary that he'll be an unrestricted free agent next year. He probably won't make it through the trade deadline as a Calgary Flame. And what team wouldn't love to have him on their team, especially a team making a push for the playoffs, a right shot defenseman who can play the power play, who can play the penalty kill.
Sure.
Craig Conroy, general manager of these Calgary Flames, should get back some pretty good assets if that should happen.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think we'll see Anderson playing also for Team Sweden in the upcoming Olympics. He's a solid player. He sure is. Bean is out of the box. It's now a 5-on-4 power play for the Hawks for the next 1:30. Matt Grzelcyk back in the Hawks zone, drops the puck between the circles to Sam Rinzel, who in turn drops it back to Grzelcyk. He gains center ice, snaps it through the air to the right wing corner, Calgary zone. Weegar chases it down. He's immediately met there by Ryan Green, who now takes the puck, put it out to the left point. Donato to Rinzel right point. Back over to Donato left circle. To Green left wing corner. Fights off a check there from Weegar. Put the puck to the point. Rinzel. Now to Donato in the left circle. Lost the puck. Taken back by Rinzel at the line. Long wrist shot. Blocked in front by Jake Bean. Green along the left boards to the puck. Put it left point. Rinzel. To Grzelcyk now in the right wing corner. Feeds a pass up the slot. And this is just past the outstretched stick of Rinzel. The puck slides into the Hawk zone. Rinzel back to get it. He'll carry to center ice and fire the puck down the boards behind the Flame net. Wolf put it over to the near side to Bean, and he'll clear the puck all the way down. So the Hawks are in a position now with 30 seconds left in their power play, a position where they could go 0 for 4 on the night on the power play. 21 seconds left. Bedard streaking through center ice over the Flame line right wing. Sends one in on goal. Wolf makes the stick save. Teravainen in the left wing corner. Set it around behind the Calgary net to the right wing boards. Nazar there. Knocked down from behind by Kuznetsov. 6 seconds on the power play. Puck centered from Teravainen from the right corner in front for Burakovsky, but turned away by Wolf. And now the Flames attack into the Hawk zone. We get a whistle as Kuznetsov brought the puck over the blue line on the far side of the rink. Farabee was already in the Hawk zone. Offside is the call. 6:41 left in period number 2. It's still 1-0 in favor of the Hawks. And this is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Andy Mazer. We're your home for the Blackhawks, Northwestern football and basketball, the NFL, and Happen OB. This is AM 720 WGN Chicago.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or United.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Chris Chelios. What are you sipping tonight? El Bandito Yankee is a new ultra-premium tequila that is 100% pure and natural with no additives. Just 100% blue agave. El Bandito Yankee Tequila is the most flavorful Blue Weber agave in the world. Now available at Benny's, Mariano's, Jewel, and Woodman's. Go to elbanditoyankee.com to learn more about what makes us so damn good.
This holiday season, let your heart be light at the Paramount Theater in downtown Aurora. Now playing through January 11th, experience the dazzling Broadway classic Irving Berlin's White Christmas.
It's everything you love about the holidays. Spectacular dancing, timeless songs, and a story filled with romance, laughter, and holiday cheer, making your family's holiday tradition. Get your tickets today at ParamountAurora.com. White Christmas is the perfect way to celebrate the season.
Permaseal, the leader in basement waterproofing, also offers foundation repair, concrete restoration, and attic insulation. Call 800-421-SEAL or visit permaseal.net.
Well, Who's Hot is Who and Who is Cold is sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago, where they do it right the first time. Who's Hot? How about the Chicago Blackhawks? Their goal differential of plus 13. That's second best in the Western Conference.
How about it? And fourth best in the NHL, by the way. Looked that up last night. That was
pretty impressive.
Yeah, impressed, and maybe a little surprised. Maybe I shouldn't be. And we got an icing call here against the Hawks as the puck is shot from the Hawk zone by Vlasic ahead for Mikheyev. And see, one of the questions I wanted to ask Jeff Blashill this morning, I didn't get around to it, was because of that positive figure, that plus 12, is that more attributable to team defense or team offense?
Well, that's a good question, good point. I think it's more defense. Last year they were leaking goals. This year penalty killing's been outstanding. The goaltending's been phenomenal. So, I'd say that's more your defense. And obviously they're scoring timely goals, which is so important. Delayed offside here. Yeah. I should follow up. So this was Plumbers 911. Who's hot? Who's cold? Who's cold? How about the St. Louis Blues? They're minus 22. Goal differential is the worst in the entire NHL. And the St. Louis Blues team started out pretty well. 3-2 their first 5 games, 3 wins, 2 losses. They've had 3 wins since. 3 wins in their last 14 games. And tonight they play the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I have faith in my buddy Jim Montgomery, who's the head coach down there in St. Louis. Monty's a good man, and I think he's a heck of a head coach. He took that Boston Bruins team a couple of years ago to the winningest team in the regular season in NHL history. You don't do that by accident.
He was a pretty good Maine Black Bear, too.
Yeah, he was.
Won a national championship with that team. He and Paul Correa. And he scored a natural hat trick in the final game, the NCAA deciding game.
Heck of a coach at University of Denver as well. You didn't miss much, folks. Icing is called here against Calgary.
Don't mind us. We're just rambling.
Yeah. I mean, I put myself in the position of the listener. Are they in their car somewhere, maybe on the Tri-State Tollway or on the, maybe the Eisenhower Expressway going, wait a minute, would you just tell me what's going on with the game? Enough with your conversation. I mean, you save the banter for later on. Sometimes I feel
John, your timing is impeccable. If anything important was happening, you'd be all over it.
Got you fooled, huh? All right. Face-off circle to the left of Wolf. Ryan Green in to take the draw against Calgary and wins it decisively to the line. Kaiser walks over to the left point with the puck. Put it down to Bedard, left wing corner. He moves back to the point and fires a wrist shot that deflects over the net. Sam Renzel down from his right point position to the area behind the Flame net where he's tied up. Puck comes free, and the Flames get it. Calgary sticks it off the far glass into the Hawk zone. Wyatt Kaiser chases it down. He hits the brakes in the far circle to shake the check from Huberdeau, then moves it ahead to Burakovsky through center over the Flame line. To the top of the left circle, a pass to Green. Pushed off the puck along the far board. Sharon Govich has it for Calgary. And he'll dish ahead into the Hawk zone, but Renzel on the fly, back to get it in front of Klapka. Tried to clear it out. Kept in by the Flames. Frost to Sharon Govich, left circle. Tried to center the puck. That's into the skates of Renzel, who lifts it down ice into the Flames. Oh, here's Bedard with the poke and scores! The puck was loose beside the Calgary net. Bedard was caught in a flat-footed race with one of the Flames to get to the puck, and Connor got there a skosh ahead of the Calgary Flare. Poke checked the puck past the goaltender Wolf. It's 2-0 Hawks.
And with that goal, it's time to break out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila. And, yeah, you described that perfectly. The clearing it up. How about the defense from Sam Renzel, who had actually turned the puck over early, but then he stopped the pass in front of the net. Wolf, he whiffed on that. And Connor Bedard, I'll tell you what, if this was last year, I don't think he gets to that puck as quickly as he does this year. He's a faster, more powerful skater. And he beat a couple of Flames to that puck and scores a goal. So the new streak has started, John.
I like it.
Yeah, he went 9 games with at least a point. Last game, he was stymied by the Toronto Maple Leafs, and he started a new streak tonight.
Here in front of the net is Lafferty. He tries to deke and fire on goal. He became entangled with Lyon, and the puck goes wide. Lafferty along the far boards in the Flame zone. Absorbs a check, kept the puck alive to Colton Dock in the left wing corner. Trying to fend off a check from Anderson. They scrum for the puck along the boards. Coleman comes in from behind on Slaggert, knocks him down with a cross check, and the play continues. All 4 eyes of the referees are watching the scrum as the Flames disengage, and now Zary into the Hawk zone. Hit by Dock at the right point, spins it across the to Kevin Ball, who sends it into the near circle of Coleman, who chops a shot on goal with a backhand, turned out of there by Soderblom to Murphy, clears it off the boards to center ice. Play getting a little ugly right now. Sam Morton of the Flames at center, drops it over to the right corner Hawk zone. Grzelcyk beat Lomberg to it, and the puck is ricocheted up the slot. Nazar tried to carry it out of the Hawk zone. He has to stop at the Hawk blue line and bat it to center ice. And then Murphy steps up on Morton, knocking him down at the Hawk blue line. They exchange cross checks. Here's Lomberg, left circle Hawk zone, fires, and Soderblom down with a butterfly save. And then Lomberg looked like he gave the glove of Soderblom a little chop there, and the boys all converged, but the linesmen are on the scene. All right, 3:20 left in the second period. It's the Hawks 2 and the Flames no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Getting health insurance that fits your budget isn't easy.
At Get Covered Illinois, we are here to help.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
A place where health insurers compete for your business. A website where you can compare multiple health plans and pricing in one place.
And where you can connect to financial help and free in-person assistance.
Because you deserve insurance. GetCoveredIllinois.gov. We're here to help.
Hey, Dad, I gotta come clean about something.
Okay.
I only paid for a brand new Hyundai Tucson.
Oh, you might be on the naughty list.
Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends December 1st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hellsberg Gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for Mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop our Black Friday event for up to 65% off in-store or at hellsberg.com.
It's Connor Murphy. Listen to John Williams weekday mornings at 10. Now back to the game.
Back here to the United Center, John Weideman along with Steve Conroy and Charlie Ronelli-Otis for Blackhawks hockey. Glad to have you along here this evening. Hawks with a 2-0 lead over the Flames. Shots on goal favoring the Blackhawks 13-8. And if you just joined us, you missed a kind of a highlight reel goal by Connor Bedard. I would call it a hustling play by Bedard. He was very determined to make sure he got to that puck in front of Kuznetsov, the defenseman for the Flames.
Well, like I said, last year, I don't think he gets to that puck first. He just seems a little faster, a little more aggressive on his skates, and yeah, good for him. I mean, that's the progression of a young superstar in the NHL.
And a streak has begun, as Steve said, as he predicted, I should say. Now Teuvo Teravainen along the left boards in the Hawk zone will carry the puck to center ice, whip it across to Levshunov, still looking for his first NHL goal. He carries into the Flame zone, stopping at the right point to Vlasic, to Teravainen, right circle, fires it in front of the net, intended for Nazar, but the puck pinballs away. And now Oliver Moore's got it along the right boards to Teravainen, right point, walks into the high slot and fires, blocked in front by Anderson. Then Cadbury pinballs it away up the right side to center ice. Moore took it away in front of the Hawks bench and waves the puck into the left wing corner, Flame in. Anderson there. Quick pass up the right wing, Sharon Govich at center ice. A little handoff to Cadbury coming by. He redirects the puck into the Hawk zone, and Levshunov has it. Fired a pass ahead that hit Morton and deflects into the Flame in. And the Flames get it back. Pahal clears to center ice. Hawks get it back into the Flame zone. Then we get a whistle for an offside here against the Hawks.
Mentioned Levshunov without a goal yet, John. I predict once he does score that first goal, it's going to lift a huge weight off his shoulders, and he's just going to play a lot freer and easier out there. It's like you can just tell, not that he's pressing, but you can just tell that he would love nothing more than to score that first one in the bigs.
Sometimes wonder about players from other countries other than Canada. I know in Canada there's seems to be more pressure on the Canadian kids coming into, professional hockey, maybe into the NHL, because there's an expectation there. And with U.S. kids born too. But with European and Russian players, I'm not sure if they feel that pressure, that same pressure. I don't know. I have never been in that environment, so I can't really speak about it. Now at the Flame line, Sam Morton to the puck. They'll skate it ahead to center ice. He'd been playing for the Calgary Wranglers in the AHL. He dumps the puck to the corner, picked off by the Hawks. Donato with a pass up ice intended for Mikheyev. Too far ahead of him. Wolf behind the net. Put the puck around the near side, picked off by Donato, right point. Oh, and he's knocked off the puck there by Morton in behind the net. Flames get the puck back and then give it back. And Morton tried to get two for his money by running into Burakovsky, but the Hawks get the puck back. Renzel firing for the top of the right circle. That deflects wide. Morton and Bedard battle in the far corner. Puck comes loose behind the Flame net. Burakovsky's got it there. And then Kuznetsov took it back for Calgary. He'll wave the puck down to the Hawk blue line. Flames go for a change. Sam Renzel to Andre Burakovsky at the Flame line on the right wing. Tried to grab the puck and hand it off to a teammate coming into the Flame zone. The Flames take it back instead. Michael Backlund to center ice. Sends a bouncing puck down in on goal, and Soderblom is down to block that and plop on it at the top of the crease.
You look at this Calgary Flames team, and I think Charlie mentioned it. You've probably talked about it too, John, the fact that Calgary just can't score goals. And I look at a guy like Igor Sharangovich. A couple of years ago had 31 goals for the Calgary Flames. Last year it dropped to 17. This year he's on pace for 10 goals. He's looking at 2 goals on the season. You can add Morgan Frost to that list. You can add Joel Farabee to that list. Just a lot of guys really struggling to find the back of the net.
Well, the Calgary Brain Trust is here. You mentioned Craig Conroy. Don Maloney is here as well, as is David Nonis. So I'm sure they're keeping a close eye on things. A little bit of a road trip for them. See how things develop. Here's Sari taking a loose puck inside the Hawk line over to the right wing corner. Hands it to Coleman in the right circle. Put it back to Anderson, right point. Fires a shot from there. Turned just wide by Soderblom with the glove. I think Arvids saw that at the last second. Anderson again, a long shot for the right point. And the glove save made by Soderblom, and he'll hold on to it there. Connor Murphy pleading his case with the officiating staff about something. Not sure what.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a penalty, and it looks like it might be going against Connor Murphy.
Chicago, number 5, minor penalty for cross-checking.
Cross-checks the call. I believe it was probably on Coleman. Coleman was the one who went down. I take that back. That wasn't Coleman. That was Connor Zary who went down. So Connor Murphy in the penalty box. And 36.3 seconds to close out this second period. Calgary will be on the power play.
Draw circle to the right of Soderblom. Ryan Green facing off with Morgan Frost. The drop of the puck, it ends up in the crease. And Soderblom decides to plop on it and hold it there. So a whistle will stop play. And now 32 seconds left on the clock, 32.8. Flames get the puck off the draw. Anderson at the left point, moves through the high slot with it, took it bottom of the right circle, and a shot, they score. This is Matt Coronado off of a feed from Nazem Kadri that originated at the bottom of the right wing circle in the Hawk end. He made kind of a goal mouth pass, and Coronado finally scores a goal against the Hawks.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier Coronado had 30 shots in his previous 5 games coming into this one. And, John, you pointed out he had 11 shots in that game in Calgary. And Crevier was close to getting there. Vlasic, couldn't quite cut the pass off. And that was a pinpoint strike right to the stick of Matt Coronado. And not a lot Soderblom could do on that play. So the penalty cost them at the end of period number 2, and Calgary right back in it.
Coronado from Kadri. The goal at 19:35 of period number 2. Flame power play goal. They're now 1 for 2 with the extra man. So this will give Calgary a lot of confidence, maybe a little swagger in their step. As Kaiser off the faceoff takes the puck and tried to fire it into the Flame zone, Uyghur deflects it up and into the... Look, that got up into the crowd, I believe. Anyway, faceoff just outside the Flame blue line. 23 seconds left in the second period. And it's now 2-1 in favor of the Hawks. And the faceoff won by Backlund back into the Flame zone. Kuznetsov in a pass up the near side for Zary at center ice. He bats it back to the Flame line. Kuznetsov again to Coleman, center ice on the left wing. Lifts the puck down into the Hawk zone. Here's Kuznetsov with it left point. Put it over to Uyghur, firing from the right point. Punched out with a blocker save there by Soderblom. And the rebound cleared down ice by Kaiser as the horn sounds, ending period number 2.
That was good rebound there by Soderblom. He realized that he wasn't going to be able to cover it, so he just punched it out, literally punched it out over the blue line, effectively creating his own breakout. I feel for Alex Vlasic on that penalty kill in front of the net. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. And if he tried to cut off that pass, he might have been in danger of deflecting it into his own net. So, it was a great pass right under the stick of Coronado, the redirection on the doorstep, and it cut the lead in half.
Shots 14-11 favoring the Hawks after 2 periods. Flames kind of quieted the crowd down a little bit, let's say. Took them out of the game with that power play goal.
Yeah, all of a sudden it gives them some energy. I thought the Blackhawks have been playing a really good game. Connor Murphy, unfortunately, takes a penalty. And he's trying to box the guy out. The guy kind of tripped and fell into his stick. It looked a lot worse than it was. Zary ended up, getting that stick up across the jaw area. But the referee saw it as a cross-check, and, it ends up costing them.
Well, statistically, I'll go ahead and cite it. The Blackhawks, in the third periods, they've outscored opponents 30-14. And the Flames, they've been outscored by 11, 25-14. Let me correct myself. Yeah, 30-14. Sorry, I had it right the first time. Anyway, so if that trend continues... The Hawks with the lead right now. No predictions will be made by this broadcaster, but I don't know. It's kind of a perplexing game. Calgary seems like they're playing a pretty good road game. I mean, even the shots have been kind of low, and the score has been held low. And you mentioned that they've been hanging around. So
that's their MO. They get good goaltending, and they have last year especially. This year, Wolf's coming into his own, and they get close games. You get a power play goal, all of a sudden you're back into it. So there's probably some positive vibes in that dressing room right now.
Yeah, I would think so. Well, for the Blackhawks, on the Blackhawks side, that hustling play made by Bedard in order to produce that goal, that's kind of a 50-50 puck. And you mentioned it last year. He probably doesn't get to that puck, but we're seeing a little extra juice in his skaters. So let's go downstairs and join our guest. We've been waiting for him to arrive, and he's here. Andre Burakovsky is kind enough to join us. And, Andre, we appreciate your time. You're getting chances out there to score on the power play and at even strength. Are you happy with your overall play so far in this game, or is there more?
No, not really. I'm not. I want to do more. I feel like I'm losing some puck possessions that I need to clean up a little bit. There's a few plays that I gotta make that I missed. So I got some stuff to clean up, but it's good that we have the lead and we're just gonna keep going here.
Andre, I asked Louis Crevier this in the first period. I'll ask you too. You guys seem to use the middle of the ice in your own zone as a breakout area, like passing to the front of the net to break pucks out. Is that just to kind of catch the other team off guard, and do you find there's a little more open ice in front of your own net?
No, I mean, just like you said, you want to find that open ice, and a lot of times the other teams that take away the boards because you think you're going to rim it out or play it up the wall. So a lot of times if we can come low and slow it, that pocket right in the middle is going to be open, then we can break out from there. So we're just trying to find open ice. If it's in the middle or on the wall, then we're going to recognize that and find that play.
Real quick, Andre, the game out in Calgary was close going into the third period where the Blackhawks lit up the Flames and ended up winning 4-0. This game has some similarities, only you're going into the third period now with the lead. what's going to be important to hang on to that lead and come out with a win?
No, we're just going to accelerate from here. I mean, we're not going to sit back. We're just going to keep going. I don't think we've played our best yet. There's been a lot of good scenarios in the game, but we want to elevate and play better. So we got to come out in the third and just keep playing our game and keep finding success.
I think I like that plan, Andre. Go do that. Go get some fluids and go get them in the third period. Thanks for being our guest.
Thank you.
All right, Andre Burakovsky, our guest after 2 periods. It's the Hawks 2 and the Flames 1. Charlie Roumeliotis is standing by, poised and ready in Blackhawks Central to deliver to you, good folks, a full intermission report, followed by third period action where the Hawks are looking to close out the Flames and make it 5 out of 6. 5 out of 6 games with a point. That would be, what would that be? That'd be 5, 10. That'd be 11 out of possible 12. Steve, my 4th grade math didn't factor in there too well.
Hey, didn't even have to take off your shoes. I'm impressed.
I left my abacus in the car, so we can't use that. Yeah. Anyway, 2-1 Hawks after 2. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The NHL is officially back, and right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Put your first bet in the back of the net on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
1. Some say it's the loneliest number. But when one is a collection of many, of families and communities, partners and teams, one can stand for all. At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, we've been your one local and trusted healthcare partner for nearly 90 years. And through every journey, our one true focus has remained the same. Expanding access to the highest quality, affordable health care for our members and the communities we share for every stage of life. And as we continue to empower whole person health with compassion and innovation, one member at a time, we look forward to keeping you and the ones you love at the center of everything we do. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
Hey, Chicago fans, when the game's on the line, there's no time to waste.
Same goes for selling your house. At Jeff Buys Your House, we make it fast, easy, and stress-free.
No drawn-out showings, no waiting for months on the market.
Just a fair cash offer from a veteran-owned company that puts people first.
Don't let the clock run out. Choose the trusted source. Visit jeffbuysyourhouse.com and score your easy offer today.
Hey, it's Kevin Powell here for Window Nation's end-of-year sale. This November, you'll save big with 50% off all window styles. Plus, you could get 0% financing for 5 years. And Window Nation will include their professional one-day installation. Window Nation's proven quality windows are so good, you'll actually save money on lower utility bills and come with a lifetime warranty. Don't miss out on 50% off and 0 interest for 5 years. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com to get started.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
Time for a break. It's intermission time.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Here's Charlie Roumeliotis with your intermission update.
40 minutes is in the books here at the United Center. The Blackhawks are still up by a goal. They extended their lead to 2-0, but Calgary gets one late in the second period on the power play. So Hawks are taking a 1-goal lead into the third period. At each home game at the United Center this season, we will be saluting a veteran, which is sponsored, as always, by JeffBuysYourHouse.com, a proud veteran-owned business serving Chicagoland since 2007. It is Military Appreciation Night tonight at the United Center, and Jeff Buys Your House's crew is in the building tonight. So thank you, Jeff, for being here and his entire team. There were also 3 U.S. Navy veterans that were standing with Jim Cornelison for the national anthem. It was U.S. Navy veteran Peter Karambellis, I believe a Greek shout out, Daniel Reardon, and Frank Zawoski. By the way, Frank is the uncle / godfather of Jay Zawoski of CHGO. So shout out to Frank. Jay is a great dude. He does a great job for CHGO. He's also become a good friend of mine. So thank you all for your service. There are 7 other games in the NHL tonight. So let's get through some of the final scores. The Maple Leafs took down the St. Louis Blues 3-2 in overtime. William Nylander scored the overtime winner for Toronto to extend his point streak to 14 games. I did not realize that Nylander's point streak it was 14 games. I mean, that's got to be the longest in the NHL so far this season. The Red Wings defeated the Kraken 4-2 earlier today, and the Tampa Bay Lightning knocked off the New Jersey Devils 5-1 behind a Jake Guentzel hat trick. The New York Islanders are up 3-1 in the third on the Dallas Stars. The Winnipeg Jets up 5-2 in the third on Columbus. The New York Rangers and Vegas Golden Knights are 10 minutes into the first. They're still looking for the first goal in that game. And then the San Jose Sharks are up 2-0 in the first period on the Utah Mammoth. Macklin Celebrini has both of the goals for Utah. Meanwhile, here at the UC, Hawks are up 2-1 on Calgary. We'll take a quick break, then break down the second period. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Surratt. It's WGN, the original social media.
WGN.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, with our biggest sale ever. Furnaces from just $39 a month. Furnace and air conditioning combos from just $57 a month, plus 6 years interest-free financing. Four Seasons guarantees to beat any competitor's price by up to $1,000. With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau and over 30,000 five-star reviews, we are Chicago's trusted local experts.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm Frank Cerrone, President and CEO of Pan American Bank and Trust. If you're a business owner in the Chicagoland area, you already know average doesn't cut it. You need a bank partner who moves fast, understands your needs, and delivers the capital and ideas to power your next big play. That's exactly what we do. We're Chicago's premier bank for ambitious entrepreneurs. Don't just bank, partner with Pan American Bank. Let's build something great together. Pan American Bank, Chicago's bank for ambitious entrepreneurs. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Before you light that cozy fire, keep your family safe. Get Lindemann's $199 safety inspection package with cleaning and full chimney check. Schedule at lindemann.com today.
Back here at the United Center, the Blackhawks are leading the Calgary Flames 2-1 through 40 minutes of play. Shots on goal in that second period, 9-7 in favor of the Blackhawks. I was trying to decipher which was Chicago, which was Calgary, because both of their shots on goal total are highlighted in red on the Blackhawks. But of course, both teams have some red in them, a dark orange for the Calgary Flames. Let's look at tonight's window of opportunity, sponsored by the state's official health insurance marketplace, Get Covered Illinois. Hawks took a 2-0 lead. They were holding one late in the third, in the final minute, and the Connor Murphy committed a cross-checking penalty. Boy, I looked at the video. I didn't see much there, and Connor Murphy was really disappointed that got called, and Calgary ends up scoring on that penalty kill. But on the other side of the special teams, the Blackhawks are 0 for 4, and I think that's an area where they're really missing two guys, Tyler Bertuzzi and Nick Foligno, as those two players are their net front guys on the power play. And for both of them to be out tonight, I think that might be a reason why the Blackhawks haven't capitalized on the power play opportunities in this game. Hopefully, if they get another one in the third, they can cash in. But the Hawks came into this game 6 for 12 on the power play in their last 12 opportunities, so converting at a 50% rate. It's been a little quiet today. I thought the first couple, they generated some offensive zone opportunities. They had some offensive zone sustained possession time, but they weren't getting pucks toward the net. They weren't generating some grade A chances. So we'll see if they can do anything in the third period. Connor Bedard By the way, looking at some of the faceoff numbers, without Nick Foligno, the Hawks are really desperate in that area because there's still no Jason Dickinson. He's been out for a couple weeks with an injury, but Connor Bedard has won 6 of 8 draws in this game. He leads the way for the Blackhawks. Ryan Green has also won 4 of 5. Everyone else on the Blackhawks outside of Sam Lafferty, who has taken only 1 and won that only draw, is in the sub 500 or sub 50% success rate. So nice to see Connor Bedard stepping up in a very important role in the faceoff department without a guy like Nick Foligno, and as Jason Dickinson continues to remain out of the lineup, and hopefully he'll be back soon for the Blackhawks. We got one more break to get to, and then we'll set up the third period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. I've seen a lot of stat sheets in my career, but when it comes to beer, these numbers jump off the page. Flight by Yuengling, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and brewed with crisp, refreshing flavor. That's not just light beer, it's light beer with game, and it's brewed by the oldest brewery in America. Bottom line, if you care about performance and taste, Flight by Yuengling brings both. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. DT Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
When I got sick, I spent years looking for answers. But it only took one conversation with my team at Northwestern Medicine to correct my misdiagnosis. I am Daniel, and I have Parkinson's disease. No other hospital had spoken to me in Spanish before. So when my new care team did, they didn't just change the conversation, they changed my life.
The Northwestern Medicine Parkinson's Disease and Movement Disorders Center offers specialized, culturally sensitive care. Their Spanish-speaking team was the first to provide Daniel and other Spanish speakers like him with answers and innovative treatment in the language he preferred.
When Parkinson's changed my life, so did my Spanish-speaking care team.
At Northwestern Medicine, personalized care means recognizing cultural differences, because what makes us better makes you better. Learn more at nm.org/Parkinson.
Cold weather and hockey season go together hand in hand, but your home isn't a hockey rink, and you want it to be the perfect temperature no matter the season. With Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning mini split systems, you get the ultimate comfort and efficiency every time, even in those difficult to heat places in your home. Their units are designed to deliver consistent comfort where you need it most. Check out Mitsubishi electric heating and cooling mini split systems today at getacomfyhome.com. Hey Blackhawks fans, here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up.
It's the final 20. The third period's just ahead. Here's Charlie Remiliotis with your recap.
Back here at the United Center, the Blackhawks and Flames are on the ice for the start of the third period. Connor Bedard didn't get a point in Saturday's game against Toronto, which ended a 9-game point streak. But that's okay because he is starting a new one after he scored his 11th goal of the season in the second period.
That's into the skates of Renzel, who lifts it down ice into the Flames. Oh, here's Bedard with the puck and scores! The puck was loose beside the Calgary net. Bedard was caught in a flat-footed race with one of the Flames to get to the puck, and Connor got there a skosh ahead of the Calgary Flare. Poke check the puck past the goaltender Wolf. It's 2-0 Hawks.
Connor Bedard has now scored twice against Calgary this season. Of course, he had that 4-point outing in Calgary about a week and a half ago, where he had 3 primary assists in addition to the goal. Let's see what the third period brings for Connor and see if he's got more in the bag tonight. What's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at TimberTech.com as I throw it back over to John.
Charlie, have you had any of the soup?
It was chicken noodle, John.
Really good.
You should have seen my eyes lit up when I saw that. It's the first one of the year. First one of the year. I did have a bowl for dinner.
I could eat chicken noodle soup every single day of my life, and they make some really good soup here, as you know. So
they do.
Big fan of the soups here at the United Center. Anyway, Hawks with a 2-1 lead as we head into the third period here. Connor Bedard's goal turned out to be the difference, and a major difference right now. 20 minutes left to go. Down to center ice for the opening draw. And the drop of the puck, it comes to the Hawks. Crevier will go get the puck off the stick of Soderblom. Crevier in the far corner, passing up the right side to Bedard. He tried to pass it across the rink. Huberdeau broke that up for the Flames. Bedard put it in behind the net around to Kaiser. Now ahead to Bedard through center. He's over the flame line, drops it off left circle. Burakovsky, he tried to do a little toe drag with the puck. But one of the Flames laid down in front of him there. That was Kuznetsov. We get a whistle stopping play on a hand pass. And so we'll get a face-off now at center ice.
That was a good play by Kuznetsov and a nifty little move by Connor Bedard, the spinorama just inside the blue line, and he spots Burakovsky all alone. And Kuznetsov, big body when he lays down. It's really hard to try and get it around him. I think Burakovsky would have been better served trying to shoot that right away.
He's a big kid. I saw him this morning in his street clothes. He could fill out a doorway, I'll tell you. Draw back in the Calgary zone, won by Anderson. Over the ball, then a pass up the left wing for Zary. He deflects the puck down into the Hawk end. Vlasic steers it behind the net up the near side to Mikheyev at center ice. To Colton Dock coming by. To Levshinoff into the Flame zone right point. Tried to dish the puck down the boards. Picked off by the Flames. Third to center ice by Backlund. Taken back by the Hawks. Vlasic to Mikheyev into the Flame zone left point. Spins it down behind the net. Vlasic right wing corner. Put it back behind the net, Mikheyev. He sent the puck to the left point, Vlasic. He'll spin it back in behind, around up the far side. Coleman there for Calgary, missing on a pass up ice for a teammate. Icing's going to be the call. And a new 5 out there for the Hawks. This will be a face-off back in the Flame zone of the circle to Wolf's right.
I enjoyed our talk with Andrei Burakovsky, who I thought was kind of being tough on himself. You know, he thinks he can play better, and I've noticed him a couple of times tonight making some really nice plays along the boards. But, you know, guys who are – what's that shot?
Nazar fires from the top of the left circle, deflected up into the netting with the blocker from Rolf. Please continue.
Yeah, guys who expect more of themselves are usually guys who tend to produce more. So, you know, I'm glad he's being hard on himself. And I really enjoyed our talk with in the first period, me and Charlie Roumeliotis with Louis Crevier talking about his shot. And I've seen it a couple of times now. He said, more than anything, I'm not trying to pound it through the net. I'm trying to get it through. And that is so important in today's NHL because you want to get it through so it has a chance to get on net, maybe get deflected. And if it's screened, the goalie is going to have a real hard time tracking it.
Now the draw now to the right of Wolf again. Sharangovich facing off with Teuvo Teravainen. Teravainen wins the draw. Nazar to Grzelcyk left point. Moves it right point, Renzel. Quick pass to the right wing corner, Oliver Moore. Skates it back to the blue line. Drops it right circle now. Nazar sent it across to the slot. Grzelcyk's got it. Backhand shot. And Wolf makes the glove save. And through all of that confusion, I give the Flames a lot of credit there, especially Wolf, being able to concentrate on where that puck was and inevitably make the save.
Well, I really like the rotation. It was kind of like the Harlem Globetrotters out there. I was listening for Sweet Georgia Brown. It did not strike up on the speakers, but yeah, that was really good movement. And that was a backhand shot, but Grzelcyk gets a shot on net. So I like the fact that the defensemen are getting involved and jumping in from the blue line when they've got control of the puck.
Now Klapka sent into the boards in front of the Hawks bench as the puck leaves the ice surface. We get a whistle-stopping play.
You mentioned it earlier, John. Klapka, 6'8", 235 pounds. So good for Sam Renzel to stand him up, and he did a real good job standing him up just outside the blue line.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks big from up here. We're probably, 150 feet from the ice?
Oh, easy.
Yeah, he just looks big. He's a big guy. Off the draw, Flames get the puck. Weegar driving it down the boards into the Hawk zone. And Renzel, Murphy behind the net, shovels the puck in front. Donato scoops it off the boards and down. We're going to get icing here to the Hawks. This is where the face-offs become so important. Not so much here, but later in the frame when you're trying to protect the lead.
I think anytime, honestly, because, face-offs establish possession, and that's what hockey's all about, possessing the puck. It's the most fundamental one-on-one in all of hockey, and it's one of the few times you can kind of drop a little bit of a play.
Draw to the right of Soderblom. Flames get it. Weegar at the blue line to Huberdeau, high slot. He'll turn and fire toward the net. Blocked in front. Kadri on the rebound. Will fire one wide. Huberdeau left point. Moves it right point to Weegar. Send it down to the right wing half boards. Nazem Kadri won a Stanley Cup with Colorado in 2022 and then signed with the Flames. And now the puck is pushed out to center ice by Slaggert, taken back by the Flames. Uyghur into the Hawk zone. Moves it across to Coronado at the left point. He tried to flip the puck in deep, but it's picked off by the Hawks. Here's Sam Lafferty to center ice. On the right wing side, he'll stroke the puck down into the Flame zone. Rides around to the near corner. Uyghur took it away for Calgary. Put the puck behind his net over to Ball. And an outlet to center ice up the left wing to Lomberg. To Morton coming by into the Hawk zone. Checked off the puck against the inboards. Ryan Green knocked down from behind there by Anderson. Flames get the puck. Morton in the right circle. Fired a backhander wide. Morton in the left wing corner. Will sweep the puck in behind the Hawk net for Klapka, but Wyatt Kaiser of the Hawks stepped in front of him to take the puck away. And then Ryan Green's able to toe drag it away from Lomberg in the far circle. But the Flames end up taking the puck back. In the left wing circle, Backlund moves it right circle. Anderson shoots, he scores. The Hawks could not clear their zone, and the Flames, with some diligent work, took the puck away, and Anderson has just tied it at 2 with 16:58 left in period number 3.
Yeah, you could sense that coming, and it was really the heavy forecheck of Morton and Klapka, got things going. And I think they ended up getting a change on the play, but we talked about Rasmus Anderson a little earlier. He jumped in from the point. There's some tired Chicago Blackhawks out there, and a perfectly placed shot just up over the shoulder of Arvid Soderblom. But it was the aggressive forecheck, the hits by Klapka and Morton, and turnover by the Blackhawks. Unfortunately, they had control of the puck, and they give it away. And Klapka did a real good job of getting the puck to the front of the net. And it was Anderson who eventually scored the goal.
For Anderson, his 4th on the year. Backman should get the primary assist. Meanwhile, back in the Flame zone in the right wing corner, Colton Dock stopping there, pokes the puck in behind. Uyghur tried to clear it out. Vlasic took the puck away left point. Down to Mikheyev along the left wing boards. He lost it in the skates of Coleman just inside the Calgary line. Coleman with a pass ahead now to Zary, who snaps it off the boards deep into the Hawk end. Louis Crevier behind the net. We'll move it up the left wing side. Now to Donato center ice. Put the puck over to Colton Dock at the end of his shift. He'll just dump it down the boards and get off on a change. And here's Braden Pahal. His uncle Clayton Pahal played in the NHL for the Colorado Rockies. He was a teammate of the Hawks' former head coach Joel Quenneville. Back in the Hawks zone, Ryan Donato takes the puck away. Passing it up the right wing side and down in behind the Flame net. It was intended for Oliver Moore. He was held up. Now loose puck in the left wing circle. Moore pulls it out of there. Batted to the near boards. Teravainen to the left point now. Grzelcyk back to Teravainen on the half boards to Rinzel. Right circle with a toe drag and a shot. The blocker save made there by Wolf. The rebound cleared down ice by the Flame centerman Morgan Frost. Rinzel got it back to center ice now to Teravainen. Over the Flame line along the left boards. Put a pass into the high slot for Nazar. All he can do is poke check it over to the left wing circle. And there to get it ball, the Flames moving it down ice into the Hawk zone. And behind the net, Moore put it around up the left wing side. Here's Nazar tracking back into the Hawk zone a few feet and dropping the puck off to Rinzel, who will hold it as the Hawks complete a line change. Now Rinzel passing on the left wing side of center ice to Kaiser. To Ryan Green over the Flame line on the left wing board. So the right circle, Bedard shoots, he scores! And that was a Bedard. Connor Bedard let it rip from the right wing circle, and this beats Wolf over the shoulder into the back of the Calgary net. It's his 2nd goal of the night and gives the Hawks the lead back at 3-2. What a shot by Connor Bedard.
It certainly was, and John, with that goal, it's time to break out the Bandito. I celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito, Yankee Tequila, and I love the pass by Green. I mean, he had to thread a needle. Ryan Green went through a couple of Calgary Flames sticks right onto the stick of Connor Bedard, and that was a laser beam. Boy, it was on his stick, it was off his stick, and there wasn't a heck of a lot of room up there over the shoulder of Dustin Wolf. But Connor Bedard has regained the lead for the Blackhawks.
For Connor Bedard, that's his 2nd goal of the night. As I mentioned, it's also his 12th on the season from Ryan Green, the goal at 4:57 of period number 3. You get a whistle stopping play. And I believe an offside will be called here at the Hawk blue line. Face-off will come to center ice. That's a great response by the Blackhawks, by the way.
That was a needed response. And, Jeff Blashill talks about Ryan Green and the cerebral player he is. And I just like the fact that he never seems too rushed out there and always seems to make the right play. And that time it was just stopping up, finding the seam, and then finding number 98. And that release, that world-class release, that puck just exploded off his stick.
Now back in the Hawk zone. Klapka to the puck in the right wing circle. He went shoulder to shoulder with Kaiser, and the puck comes free. Levshunov back the other way. Put it in over the flame line down the right wing to Colton Dock. Now from the corner, sends it back to Levshunov. Moves into the right circle. Back to Dock in the right wing corner. Kuznetsov all over him. Dock frees himself. Carries the puck to the right point. Tried to go point to point with a pass picked up by the Flames. Klapka takes a pass into the Hawk zone. Right circle. Shoots. Kick save made by Soderblom. Doubling back. Here's Lafferty to the puck. He'll skate it ahead to center ice in front of the benches. Didn't mean to do it. He ends up shooting it up into the Flame bench. Everybody ducking over there. Remember Dave Lowry? I know you played against Dave a number of times in your career.
Sure did when he was with the St. Louis Blues. I thought Klapka had an opportunity for a possible breakaway. Instead, he decided to kind of hold up and get the shot on net. And Colton Dock, who turned the puck over earlier, made a really good defensive play, kind of swing his stick and to jump on that rebound, knock it out of harm's way.
I mentioned Dave Lowry, one of the assistant coaches of the Flames. He's the father of Adam Lowry, who is the captain of the Winnipeg Jets, and a great kid. Just a class act. Draw one by the Hawks. Oliver Moore will take a pass from Crevier down the right wing to the corner, Flame zone. Had a stick lifted off the puck by Jake Bean, who now carries out. Bean with a lead pass to Backlund to Coleman over the Hawk line down the right wing. And Vlasic leans on him, pushes him wide of the net. The puck comes back, however, to the right point, and Pahal fires. That's over the net around the glass. Bean kept it in at the left point. Sends it down behind the Hawk net to Coleman. He tried to center the puck in front. He ran into Vlasic, and the Hawks take it back. More to Teravainen, put it in over the line. Nazar down the slot. He dekes with the puck and ends up in behind the Flame net. And Dustin Wolf stayed with him the whole way.
Great all-around play, though. And Frank Nazar started that defensively deep in his own zone.
Flames on the attack. Backlund down the right wing Hawk zone. Scoops a pass in front of the net. Picked off there by Renzel. And the Hawks will regroup as the Flames go for a line change. Here's Grzelcyk in the far corner Hawk zone. Passing up the right side. Bedard with speed over the Flame line down the right wing to the corner. Works his way past Kevin Ball. Then Ball caught him. Put him into the inboards. Burakovsky to the puck on the left wing corner. Waves it behind the net around toward the right wing half boards to Renzel. He flips it back in behind. And Burakovsky along the left boards. Works his way free from a check, then lost the puck as Sharangovich pokes it away. Now the Flames come up ice with numbers. 4 against 3. Anderson into the Hawk zone on the left wing side. Checked off the puck by Renzel. The Hawks get it back. Grzelcyk behind the net. Passing up the left wing now to Green. To Burakovsky center ice. To Bedard over the Flame line. He got ahead of the puck as he enters the zone. Offside is called. And now Coronado and Bedard exchange punches. This all happening just inside the Calgary blue line, about 10 feet from their bench, right along the boards. And Bedard's been pushed out of the fray, and the linesman will uncouple everybody else. 3-2 Hawks with 12:31 left in period number 3. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. For Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tea at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
That's the sound of the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, saving you money and energy. With rebates on Energy Star appliances, so you can come back to a home full of savings. Discover more ways to save at ComEd.com/home savings. ComEd, powering lives.
Hey Blackhawks fans, it's Nick Foligno. Game on. It's time for Blackhawks hockey.
Well, remember, all Blackhawks wins this season are sponsored by Circus Sports Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com.
One of my favorite things about Blackhawk games, Steve, is the military appreciation, the honorarium for the men and women who stand at the blue line, or on the red carpet anyway, I should say, during the national anthem, and recognized by the United Center crowd and here on the video board as well.
Yeah, it's a great tradition that they
Really
started a long, long time ago here at the United Center.
Uyghur to the Hawk blue line, spins the puck across, but you heard that whistle cut the air. Offside is the call. They'll face it off at center ice.
And if you're joining us late and maybe missed the pregame show, Connor Bedard wearing the A for the first time in his Blackhawks career. Of course, Nick Foligno, their captain, out with an injury. So Connor Bedard, one of the leaders on this team, and showing it with the letter and showing it on the ice, too. 2 big goals in this game.
And, you mentioned Nick Foligno. If you're Connor Bedard, you're new to the NHL. He's only into his 3rd season, but he's had 2 seasons under the leadership of Nick Foligno. So if ever there was a guy that could lead a hockey team, in my opinion, Nick Foligno is just that guy. And what a great guy to learn from. I mean, I don't know if you can get better than that.
Yeah, does it the right way, leads by example, calls guys out when he has to. And, that's tough to do sometimes. He a lot of these guys, good friends, but, when you're a leader, that's what you have to do. And that's what he's done, and he'll be missed till he gets back.
Here's Teuvo Teravainen at center ice, trying to get a handoff from Ryan Donato, could not. Anderson takes the puck away for Calgary and lifts it down the boards behind the Hawk net. Flames again going for a line change. Oliver Moore races out of the Hawk zone with the puck through center. Over the Flame blue line, put it through the legs of Anderson and then was pushed off the puck. And Ball takes the puck behind his net, moving it up the left wing to Morton, into the Hawk zone to Lomberg, to Morton along the left boards. Snapped it down behind the Hawk net. And Moore is hit as he ends up putting the puck behind the net now to Crevier, who shot the puck ahead, and this deflects over the glass and out of play. But let's see, is this going to be called for delay of game?
Yeah, they're calling directly shot out by Crevier, by Wyatt
Chicago,
Kaiser.
number 44, minor penalty for delay of game.
Yeah, so Kaiser gets the delay game call, and just trying to play it off the glass. And, a good play for a defenseman, but you got to make sure you hit the glass. And unfortunately, he wedged that up just a little too high.
Yeah.
So a huge penalty kill here for the Chicago Blackhawks, who have allowed a power play goal late in that second period. They had been perfect the previous 5 games on the kill.
Flames off the draw. Anderson with the puck through the high slot to the right point. Moving it down the boards. It's picked off by Ilya Mikheyev, who quickly fires the puck all the way down.
Yeah, and it was all pressure from Ryan Green, though, really pressuring Rasmus Anderson, who's a good quarterback back there. But Green, just an excellent penalty killer. Very aggressive.
Coronado to Frost at center ice. Put it across the Hawk line along the right boards. Kadri. Anderson right point down to Kadri beside the right circle. To the right corner now to Coronado. Now to the high slot, Anderson. To Huberdeau, top of the left circle. Hands it off. Coronado from the left circle fires. Turned out of there by Soderblom. There on the rebound is Mikheyev, and he'll clear the puck all the way down.
Yeah, not only the save by Soderblom, but also the poke check. He used that stick to make sure that none of the Calgary Flames could get to that rebound.
Here's Morgan Frost to center ice to Matt Coronado across the Hawk line. Coronado, the right wing corner, tried to center. That's into the skates of Crevier. Puck comes loose behind the net. Teravainen's got it. Takes his time, finds a target, banks it up the right side. Nazar now has the puck in the Flame zone, fights off the check from Uyghur, brought it to the net, and it's poke checked away at the last second by the goaltender, Dustin Wolf.
Really good individual effort and strength, too, by Frank Nazar. Mackenzie Uyghur, not the tallest guy in the world, but he's stocky and he's well built, and he just one-armed him off the puck.
Wolf was imitating the great Johnny Bauer with that poke check. Now back inside the Hawk zone, Mikheyev to another loose puck. Will fling it off the boards and down. 29 seconds on the Flame power play. Mackenzie Uyghur picks up the puck behind the Calgary net. Moves it ahead to Flame captain Michael Backlund. Flame line now to Connor Zary crossing the Hawk blue line. He tried to put the puck to the near boards. It bounces into the air. Adam Klapka grabs it, drops it to his stick. put the puck to the left wing boards. It's shot in behind the Hawk net. Taken it back by Mikheyev. Over to Connor Murphy, who is buried with a body check from behind. And now we got a scrap going right at the Hawk blue line. This is Ilya Mikheyev grabbing Adam Klapka. And it looked like Mikheyev wanted to shake the mitts off and pop him a couple of times. I've never seen that with Ilya Mikheyev. He's going to head to the penalty box, but that's another example of the Blackhawk players sticking up for one another, especially against the biggest guy on the Calgary team.
Well, it is, but it's also, I think, going to be just one penalty against the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, just 2 seconds left in that Wyatt Kaiser call. Now, it looks like Klapka is coming to the penalty box. Not too sure.
Oh, gosh. Did you see that hit, Steve?
I missed it. Was it a high hit?
Connor Murphy was down on one knee, and Klapka, all 6'7" and whatever, hit him with what looked like his hip to Connor's head and crushed his head into the. Good thing he's wearing a helmet. Oh, man.
Yeah, you got to let up there. When a guy's down in a vulnerable position, Klapka's 6'8", 230 pounds.
Oh.
And he just finished through. So they're taking some time to sort this out. Mikheyev obviously is going to get an instigator. That is a hit to the head.
Jeez.
Yeah, and that's why Mikheyev got so upset. You don't see that very often, but Ilya Mikheyev just absolutely grabbed Klapka and tossed him down to the ground. But it's a situation, and I know hockey's a fast game, but you've got to be able to recognize when a player's in a vulnerable position. Here's the call.
Calgary, 95 Chicago, both players, 2 minutes each for roughing.
And that's it? I guess that's it.
Yeah. Connor Bedard trying to get an explanation now from the referee. It was a hit to the head.
Jeff Blashill is in the ear of that young referee, Bo Halkitis, and as calmly as possible. I mean, Blashill's a little bit animated right now, and who can blame him? He's in the ear of Bo Halkitis about the non-call of Klapka's hit against Murphy.
Yeah, because it was a hit to the head, and whenever the head is targeted, it's typically, a major penalty.
Steve, I think it's possible that the league office is going to take action on this one.
The only thing Klapka's got for him is that Connor Murphy was clearing the puck and then kind of went down. Now, could he have stopped? I think he could have, but it was clearly a shot to the head. You mentioned Bo Halkitis, son of a teammate of mine, Bob Halkitis, who played in the NHL for a number of years.
That's his dad.
Yeah.
You got to be proud of his son. Made the NHL as a referee. Good for him.
Absolutely. So as a result of all that, you're still going to see a short power play for Calgary. There was 2 seconds left in the Wyatt Kaiser delay of game penalty. So when he gets back on the ice, it'll be 5-on-5.
Well, kudos to Ilya Mikheyev for going after the biggest guy in the Calgary team. Ilya gives away about 7 inches in height, probably 30 pounds.
Exactly.
Just went right after him like a wounded puma. Hawks come to full strength, and that is sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics on a relentless pursuit of better medicine. Levshinoff behind the net, passing on the left wing side. Kaiser put it out to green center ice to Levshinoff coming by over the flame line. Levshinoff tried to weave into the right wing circle. Coleman reached in with a poke check, knocking the puck away to Connor Zary. And he'll lift the rolling puck down in on Soderblom, who stroked it away to the far corner to Levshinoff, to Bedard along the right boards, and he'll clear down ice into the flame end. Hawks go for a wholesale line change here. Weegar passing on the right wing side to Coronado into the Hawk zone. Put it down behind the net, out to the top of the left circle. Huberdeau there will fire, and Colton Dock got a stick in there, deflecting that shot up into the protective netting. 8:22 left in the third. The Hawks 3 and the Flames 2. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Andy Mazer. We're your home for the Blackhawks, Northwestern football and basketball, the NFL, and Hampton OB. This is AM 720 WGN Chicago.
Comparing health insurance plans is never easy. That's why I work for Get Covered Illinois.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
We have a website to compare multiple plans and prices in one place, and people who can help you for free. Community-based navigators and brokers, certified by the state.
And we have live customer service.
At getcoveredillinois.gov, we're here to help.
With 100 years on the ice, the Blackhawks know what it takes to build a legacy. Since 1936, Culligan is proudly called Chicago home, delivering high-quality water solutions to build a legacy of trust, innovation, and service. As the Blackhawks' official water provider, Culligan gives you cleaner, safer, better-tasting water at home, at work, and while you sing when the Hawks score a goal. Global leaders with hometown hearts, Culligan understands that taking better care of water means taking better care of you, your home, and the world around you. Culligan, water you love.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand, tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industrial leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
We'll make sure to stick around for the Flight by Yingling Chicago Blackhawks radio postgame show with Charlie Remiliotis. He will fill you in on everything that happened in tonight's hockey contest.
Now, draw in the Hawk zone. The linesman is going to blow it dead, make him do it again, and that's a break for the Hawks because it was a clean face-off win, and Coronado skated across the high slot, had prime shooting position. Face-off circle to the right of Soderblom. And it's won by Green. To Vlasic behind the net. Put it around up the left wing sideboards for Doc, but pinching from the right point to the corner was Weegar, kept it alive. Coronado with the puck in the left wing corner tried to center. It's taken away by the Hawks. Ryan Donato to big Louis Crevier. Over the Calgary line on the right wing. Spins it behind the net to the left wing corner to Colton Doc, to Ryan Donato back in the net. Fights off a check. Spins it back and behind around to Crevier at the right point. Down to Doc in the corner. He runs over Cadbury. Got it back to Crevier to Vlasic left side. Put it across in the right circle for Doc. Pass too hot to handle. Flames get it back. Nazem Kadri will lift it out the center ice to Coronado. The Flames come up ice 3-on-2. Here's Weegar into the Hawk zone, firing for the right wing side. Pad save made. Loose puck between the circles. Teravainen will grab it and quickly backhand the puck to center ice. Flames have to regroup.
Sorry, John. Colton Doc showing his strength on the ice. Nazem Kadri, not a small guy, and absolutely got knocked off his feet when he bumped into Doc.
Sharangovich to the left wing corner Hawk zone. Checked by Renzel. Lost the puck. Poked out to the line. Kevin Ball will fire from the left point. That deflects behind the net. Flames get it back. Joel Farabee there to the high slot to Ball. Long wrist shot blocked between the circles by Nazar, and the Hawks come up ice 3-on-1. Moore into the Flame zone, right circle to the net. He couldn't get a shot away. He scored! Oliver Moore, charging right down the slot, was able to beat Ball and take the puck right in on the goaltender Wolf. And at the last second, it deflects into the Calgary net. It's now 4-2 Hawks.
And with that goal, it's time to bring out the Banditos. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila. And the mishandle of the puck didn't matter to Oliver Moore. He missed on the shot. I believe it goes in off the skate of Ball. That might have come back to Moore, and he touched it again. But, boy, that breakneck speed, that really created this play. He had a partial breakaway. I think Nazar was wide open. And, yeah, it goes off the skate of Ball. Maybe off the skate of Sharangovich, too, who's trying to back check Moore. It ends up in the back of the net, and a huge goal for the Blackhawks late in this third period.
Certainly is. For Oliver Moore, Steve, that's his second NHL goal. You and I were witness to his first NHL goal. Happened in Detroit not long ago. So makes the score 4-2, and now with 6:44 left on the clock, the Hawks need to protect the lead. Here's a shot from the left point now by Coleman. That goes high and wide of the Hawk net. Loose puck now behind the net, taken by Renzel. To Moore up the right wing side, pokes it to center ice. And Teravainen hands the puck off to Nazar, flame line. tried to shovel the puck into the Flame zone. It bounces to Burakovsky, who skates into the Flame end and then is upset at the right point. Flames get the puck back. Burakovsky went down off a check. Here's Jake Bean, far circle, Flame zone. Hit by Connor Bedard, who finished his check there in textbook fashion. Bean fires the puck down ice, just deflects in behind the Hawk net. Vlasic there. Put it to the near sideboards. Bedard took the puck. Goes rink wide with a pass. Levshunov. Head Burakovsky over the Flame line down the right wing. He ran out of room in the right wing corner. Checked by Uyghur. Now Kuznetsov turned the puck over in the left wing corner. Bedard ties him up with the stick. Kuznetsov jabs the puck behind the Flame net to the far corner. Kadri then gave it up at the right point to Levshunov, but a spinning poke check by Coronado sends the puck to center ice. Ryan Green will just fire it back down the left side boards in behind the Flame net. Klapka in the far corner. Plays it back in behind to Uyghur, who sent the puck up the near side. This deflects into the right wing corner Hawk zone. Connor Murphy there. Takes a hit from Morton. There's the puck into the far corner. Colton Dock is all over Klapka there. A penalty's going to be called. And holding will be the call. And Klapka, willing to engage in conversation with several of the Hawks, finally pushed out of there by the linesman.
Yeah, just the one penalty against Colton Dock.
Chicago penalty number 34. 2 minutes for holding. All right, Flame power play when we return. 5:14 left in the third. 4-2 in favor of the Hawks. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Tired of losing power when it storms? Call Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric today for a free estimate on a whole home standby generator. Never be without power again. Fully installed systems starting at just $99 a month. How about your sump pump, your fridge, or your freezer, your garage doors, your heating and cooling? You can stay comfortable and safe in your home all year long. Four Seasons is the largest and most award-winning Generac dealer in Illinois and Northwest Indiana.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Officer, can I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends December 1st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo is the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, Blackhawks fans. It's Alex Vlasic. We're back. Time for more Blackhawks hockey.
John Weideman along with Steve Conroy and Charlie Roumeliotis here at the United Center, where the Blackhawks lead the Calgary Flames 4-2 with 5:14 left in the third period. Flames on their fourth power play opportunity. They are 1 for 3 so far. Face-off circle to the right of Arvid Soderblom in the Hawk zone. It's going to be Morgan Frost facing off with the Hawks' Ryan Green. And the drop of the puck. Flames get it. Anderson high slot over to Kadri. A one-timer from the top of the right circle. Misses the Hawks net. Ricochets out of the far corner and rolls on in. Back down ice in behind the Flame net.
Nazem Kadri, no points in his last 5 games. He played his 1,000th game 6 games ago. He had a goal in that game, but hasn't had anything since.
You get an offside by the Flames at the Hawk blue line off of a missed pass. Down to 1:39 left on the clock for the penalty to Colton Dock. Steve, I would think that Ryan Huska, the Flames head coach, is probably keeping an eye on the clock and one eye on his goaltender. I'm sure they're communicating about when Dustin Wolf will head to the Flame bench.
Yeah, I would give these guys another 40, maybe 45 seconds. And if the puck's deep in Chicago zone, maybe you pull a goalie.
Off the face-off, Anderson, Calgary blue line, drops it off there to Coronado. He'll skate it through center and put it in over the Hawk blue line. Kadri now near the right point. Tied up, lost the puck. McCabe with some good work is able to poke it to center ice. Anderson took the puck back. Sent it across the zone, front of the benches. Huberdeau to Coronado into the Hawk zone left point. Links it down the boards behind the net. Kadri caught the puck along the right boards, put it back in behind the net. Connor Murphy checking Huberdeau down to the ice there. Anderson now takes it back right point to Coronado left point. Anderson deep slot to Kadri near the right faceoff dot. Put it down beside the net. Huberdeau fed the left circle. And one too many passes for the Flames. Morgan Frost tried to fling it into the right circle. That hit a skate. Flames get it back, however. Anderson at the line to Frost. Actually, Huberdeau along the far board. Go behind the back pass picked off by McKayev. He's got a shorthanded break over the Flame line down the slot and shoots. And a pad save made by Wolf.
A great read by Mikheyev. He just read that pass from Huberdeau. The backhand spin around, and it was off to the races. Real big stop by Dustin Wolf.
Then he had the presence of mind to gather in the puck, flip it back to Wyatt Kaiser in the Hawk zone, who clears the puck all the way down. 18 seconds on the Flame power play. They're in their last rush. Sharon Govich crossing the Hawk blue line. Put the puck to the left wing boards. It's poked down the boards by Backlund to Sharon Govich. Around to Klapka right point. Uyghur high slot to Backlund in the left wing circle. Tough angle shot. Hit the crossbar. Ricocheted out. Out of the box. Colton Dock takes the puck into the Flame zone down the left wing to the corner. Cold shoulders Klapka once and also runs into Uyghur. Uyghur takes the puck back. Lost it to the Hawks' Ryan Green. Green in the right wing corner to Teravainen right circle. To Vlasic left circle. Wrist shot blocked by Uyghur. 2:50 left on the clock. Hawks 4, Calgary 2. Kadri to center ice, right wing side. Steps into the Hawk zone and is hit with a hip check from Vlasic, but fights off the check, cuts in front of the net and fires a shot, and this deflects up into the protected netting.
Nice hip check by Alex Vlasic, slowing down Kadri, and then it was Burakovsky coming back to help deflect that puck up into the netting. And a real good job by the Chicago Blackhawks here, not only to kill the penalty, but to get a shorthanded breakaway basically by Ilya Mikheyev, and that would have salted this game. And I believe it's going to be a timeout for Calgary. Wouldn't be surprised if they pulled Dustin Wolf at this point.
I think they will. By the way, the Hawks have come back to full strength, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics, on a relentless pursuit of better medicine. So not a bad night's work. So far, 3 for 4 on the penalty kill by the Hawks and a couple big kills, including that one we just saw.
And how about Connor Bedard? And I'm sure he'll be out here for the 6-on-5 opportunity to get the hat trick. Earlier this year, 11 days ago to be exact, 1 goal and 3 assists against Calgary. Tonight, 2 goals against Calgary. He has now played 6 games against the Calgary Flames. He has 5 goals, 6 assists. Almost 2 points per game.
Wow.
In his career against Calgary.
So you're saying he likes to play against Calgary?
I guess so, yeah. And an opportunity here with an empty net to possibly get the hat trick.
Shots, not that it matters, favoring the Hawks 21-18. Flames net empty down below us to our left. They go with 6 attackers in the empty net. Draw it to the left of Soderblom. Hawks control. Murphy gathers it in. Pounds it around the glass and down. Not going to go far enough for icing. Kadri back to take the puck in behind his net. He's got Connor Bedard in tow as Kadri carries the center ice on the right wing. Hands the puck off to Huberdeau to Coronado over the center ice circle. 2:20 left on the clock. Coronado to Anderson. Calgary line. Runs into Bedard. Keeps the puck away, however, and gives it to Morgan Frost between the circles. Leaves it there for Anderson. Anderson passing to Huberdeau, short of the Hawk line at center ice on the right wing. Deflects the puck into the corner Hawk zone. Vlasic tried to clear it up the boards. Huberdeau kept it away. Anderson right point will stick the puck down behind the net. Murphy absorbs another check from Klapka, but kept the puck alive. Sent it up the far side to Mikheyev, who turns and hands it to center ice. This is just past the stick of Connor Bedard. Flames get the puck back into the Hawk zone as Huberdeau put it down the boards. Burakovsky turned it over in front of the net. Here's Murphy firing the puck all the way down, and icing will be the call.
Well, Connor Bedard was hanging around center ice, and he was tripped by Rasmus Anderson, looking for a call on the play. None to be had. Now those 5 guys have to stay on the ice. Calgary changes the 6 men for their unit, so a little bit of an advantage here for Calgary, but 15 seconds for those Chicago Blackhawks to rest.
The Bedard will face off now against Michael Backlund, the Flames captain. And they get in there a little too vigorously. The linesman makes them stand up for a moment. And now they're ready again. And Backlund wins this draw. Anderson left point, hammers a shot that missed the net. Puck rides around the dasher and back down ice to the Flame blue line. Anderson took it there to Mackenzie Weegar. Flame line, shot it to the Hawk line, picked off by Renzel. To Nazar. Got it in over the Flame line, but then lost the handle of the puck, and it floats down to the near corner where Anderson's on it. 1:15 on the clock. Anderson to Backlund over the center ice circle. Lifts the puck through the air into the catching glove of Arvid Soderblom, and he'll hold on to it long enough for the whistle. Stoppage in play. Face-off will be in the circle to Soderblom's right with 1:12 on the clock.
I really like the game from Arvid Soderblom. You know, just 18 shots, and he's allowed 2 goals. But what he's done in this game is frozen the puck at the right times, you know. And he sees a bunch of Calgary Flame forecheckers coming in and, you know, just wants to get everyone on the same page, slow it down, get a face-off off to his right, and, you know, get organized.
Get some fresh legs out there as well. Now the Hawks get control off the draw. And then the Flames get the puck back. Look out in front of the net. A shot by Frost. It's stopped by Soderblom. And there's a pile up in the crease. And finally, Soderblom is able to pin the puck to the paint of the crease with his glove. You get a whistle and a face-off circle to his right again. And wouldn't you know it, Steve, they'd have the biggest guy in the Calgary Flame team out there, that Adam Klapka. We've been talking about him most of the night. He's going to be a force in front of the net.
Well, yeah, and he draws some attention, too. Obviously, it's 6'8", 230 pounds. Surprised at how open the front of the net was for the Blackhawks on that last chance by Calgary. Good job by Soderblom to cover up the rebound.
Off the draw, Crevier bats it free to Mikheyev. He kicks the puck out to center ice. Flames regroup. Huberdor now to Kadri. The Hawk blue line on the right wing. He'll wave it down behind the net. We're down to 50 seconds in regulation. Bedard tried to move it out up the far side. Picked off by the Flames. And then Bedard picks Huberdor's pocket. Got some room. Fires toward the empty net. He scored! Hat-trick for Connor Bedard. The second of his career. And that'll put this game away. An empty net goal makes it 5-2 in favor of the Hawks. And Steve, do you have the time?
Well, with that goal, it's time to break out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila. And the hats rain down at the United Center. Connor Bedard, his second hat trick this year. I love this play because, you know, he lost the puck, but he gets it back. And then the spin around, 180-foot shot all the way down the ice, right into the middle of the net. I mean, you couldn't have drawn this up any better.
Now, that's number 13 for Connor Bedard on the year, but more importantly, that's his second hat trick of his career. Even though the puck went into an empty net, they all look like slap shots the next day in the line scores, as Phil Esposito used to say.
Yeah, well, I love his patience back there because he did get his pocket picked, but then he stole the puck back again. And that just goes to show you his tenacity, you know, his demeanor out there, that he doesn't want to be beat and he doesn't want to be one-upped. And he gets the puck back, and not only that, fires it 180 feet down the ice right into the middle of the net. Well, he went 9 games, had 19 points, and then got shut out in his last contest against the Toronto Maple Leafs. He made up for it tonight. 3 goals, the hat trick. And this unbelievable season for Connor Bedard rolls on.
And it's great to see the young man smiling, as we just saw the image on the video screen. Right now they have it as an unassisted goal. Connor Bedard, but the second hat trick of his young career. On the season, 13 goals, 16 assists for 29 points. I tell you, he's just continuing to impress everybody this year. 40 seconds left in the game. Another hat hits the ice on the far side of the rink. So here we go. Face off at center ice. Colton Dock may mix it up with one of the Flames here to close it out. I don't know. I kind of think they'd avoid that. Murphy, actually, Renzel will move the puck down ice in front of the Flame net. Slaggert tried to get to it. He was wedged off the puck. Now Dock in front fires, and a blocker save made by Wolf. Now in behind the net. Puck taken by the Flames. Here's Pahal moving up to his blue line and passing the puck ahead to Klapka. He'll slap it down ice into the Hawk zone. Rinzel's got the puck behind the net, moves up the far side. 6 seconds left. Rinzel clears to center ice with 3 seconds. 2-1, and this one's over. The Blackhawks win, and now we've got a post-game brawl going. At the Flame blue line, we got a pile of about 8 hockey players all having at it. Sam Rinzel was checked right near the end of regulation, and he's involved with Braden Pahal, who's thrown off the pile on the far side. He and Rinzel grapple right in front of the Flames bench. Sam Lafferty has a headlock on one of the Flames. That's Morton right in front of the Flame bench. And now you got Matt Grzelcyk trying to pull one of the Flames out of the pile. Slaggert is having a dance with one of the Flames. Colton Dock wants to have a go with Big Klapka. And Colton Dock is being escorted to the Hawks bench. Klapka being escorted to the Flames bench. And this all happening right in front of the Calgary bench. Ryan Lomberg is involved with the Flames, with, I believe, Matt Grzelcyk. Yes, he is.
Well, I'm glad Colton Dock stepped in there because that would have been a mismatch. Sam Rinzel and Klapka. Rinzel was going at Klapka at the end of the game because he got hammered along the boards, wasn't happy about it. But Colton Dock just stepped in to make sure nothing really got out of hand. And the USA chants start up here at the United Center.